technology. It shapes every waking moment of our lives. It carries us into the future, and that future begins here at CES. This is the insider's view of the tech of tomorrow, and G4 has your exclusive pass behind the closed doors of the 2009 Consumer Electronics Show. On day one of our coverage, technological boundaries were broken, and the world got a glimpse of the cutting-edge innovation that will move the planet forward into the unimagined. Today, G4 is bringing you more of the biggest and brightest tech, from TVs to phones and computers that make HAL 9000 look like a toaster. Fans of what's next, you're about to witness the sharpening of the cutting edge. All of it happens now.
Show CES 09 Live. What's up, everybody? I'm Olivia Munn.
Yes, you are. And I'm Kevin Pereira. We're bringing you day 2 of G4's Insider coverage. We've got more announcements from some of the smartest minds on the planet, delivering top-of-the-line innovation.
We are in the middle of 1.7 million square feet of exhibit space.
Wait, put that in terms I can understand, Olivia.
Okay. Well, you're an Olympic swimmer, aren't you?
in the off-season.
Clearly. Well, that is the size of 453 Olympic-size swimming pool, and we're expecting to see up to 20,000 new products from 2,700 exhibitors. That's a lot of tech.
Yes, and we've got it all on the stage. Coming up in this hour, the Notebook Roundup. If there are laptops worth seeing at CES, you will see them here. We're talking illuminated, dual display, lap-burning monsters, even one that's almost identical to the MacBook Air.
I know.
Of course, it runs Windows, but it's $1,000 less.
$1,000
Yes.
less. I'm very excited about that one. Then make your current TV feel woefully inadequate when we take a look at new models that can broadcast in 3D or stream content from the internet. All that and more in today's loop.
Plus, before he steps into Conan O'Brien's shoes, he'll be here live on our stage. TV's most plugged-in late-night host, Jimmy Fallon, will be here.
Most plugged in, huh? And we'll be visited by a man who could buy one of everything you see here on the show floor.
Including the attendees.
Yeah, and he'll still have enough money left over to make it rain. Tech billionaire and Dallas Mavericks owner, Mark Cuban.
Yes, cannot wait to talk to him. He's always got great insight, the man.
I love that
truly
guy.
A visionary.
He's very smart, very smart. You guys can get the latest CES news, videos, photos, and more at g4tv.com/CES. CES stands for
Consumer Electronics Show. Yeah, okay. Of course, at an event like this, the news does not stop when the convention closes for the night.
That's right. CES announcements and launches happen 24 hours a day. And here's what happened while we were snug in our beds.
Well, you were snug in your bed, and I was winning big at the craps table. Boom!
No,
I say boom when I roll the dice, because it's...
You told me you actually lost a ton. You asked me to borrow some money.
And then I told you not to tell anyone that, so we're going to have a chat during the commercial.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, be ready for that.
He won big. He won big.
Huge winner. There's actually some huge news from Microsoft. Not only did they talk about Windows 7, but they actually made it available to the public as a beta download. And this is incredibly exciting for people who were praying that they could kind of skip over that whole Vista thing. Let's pretend it didn't happen,
7?
like that other night in Vegas. Yeah, and they go straight to 7, and it does expire on August 1st. Only 2.5 million users will get the privilege to test Windows 7. All of them are probably at the website right now, because downloads are taking forever. If you can,
forever?
Well, if you can actually connect, yes, it'll take you a year. Plus, the Wi-Fi in the hotel room with all the red tube going on. Yeah, it's like 2K a second.
I can't get service in the hotel.
Yeah.
Now, there was also some very exciting news from Palm. Everyone is oohing and awing over the Palm 3. You talked about it on the show yesterday.
Yes.
This smartphone looks like an iPhone and a BlackBerry, had illicit sex in a sleazy motel, and dropped the baby on the Palm's doorstep.
What could have been consensual and pleasant with candles? It was dirty, and the headboard was broken. It's actually running Palm's...
That's a page from your life.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Check the Flickr. It's running Palm's new web OS platform. It kind of works like a desktop computer. Yeah. You can run a bunch of applications simultaneously, and after Palm made this announcement, their stock shot up 35%.
Man.
And then then another 12% in that old after-hours trading.
I wish I played stocks.
Yeah.
I would have done that.
I don't get after-hours trading. Was it like topless? Like, what is it? What is so sexy that it can't happen during the day?
Office hours?
All right.
Well, we'll be seeing the Pre on the market soon, and Palm is keeping very quiet about the price, but we have heard that it will be more expensive than the iPhone. And you'll probably still buy it, right?
One, yeah, I'll have to sell the other kidney, if that's possible.
You can borrow more money from me.
Thank you. To help us in our mission to bring you the very best of CES, we brought along some backup, and I would call them the Dirty Dozen of CES, but there are only 4 of them. And they're actually all pretty hygienic people.
Yeah, so no fancy nicknames. No. Oh, well. Well, let's throw it over to Kristen Adams to get us started. Kristen.
Thanks, guys. I'll have all the biggest gaming news from CES, including a look at Killzone 2 and some really hot gaming accessories. Plus, I'll have more on the latest green tech, including a wind and solar machine that can charge up to 104 cell phones per hour. Big C, over to you.
Hey, Chris, this place is heaven for a car lover, so you know I'm going to be checking out all of the coolest rides. They're debuting some hot new GPS systems at the show, so I'm going to show you the best. And to top it off, I'm checking out a super sweet Lamborghini. Over to you, Allison.
Thanks, Big C. I'm going to show you guys the coolest robots that have descended upon CES. I mean, let's be honest, it's only a matter of time before they do every job we have and then eventually turn on us. Why fight it? And then I'm going to the nerdiest competition ever. Guys racing to build PCs. Back to you guys.
Thanks, guys. That's not all. We've also got 2 of the best in tech helping us out. PC Magazine contributor and all-around tech expert, Dave Matthews.
Oh, nice mashup there. As well as a tag of the show's favorite Uber geek and Wired Magazine contributor, Chris Hardwick.
Will be
here. Is he okay?
Very breathy.
We'll be checking in with them all day long. Now, CES has several viewers available, and if you're not familiar with them, they're the glasses that you put on and a virtual big screen kind of pops up right before your eyes. And they sound like they should be in a catalog next to jetpacks and invisibility pills, but they're not. And they're here at the show.
Yes, the future is officially here, and it's kind of terrifying. So we're going to take a look. First, we have the first viewer. It's called the MyView Crystal, which can hook up to any portable media player. But how do you think it actually looks? What's the picture quality?
You know, it's not that bad. Like, I'll be honest, viewers aren't for me, but if they're for you, this one looks good.
I was just re-gifted some viewers that I know somebody else gifted to them.
Yeah, they're the re-gift of the world. But this one has full VGA quality, 640 by 40 resolution. It's got a solid optics patented optical system from MyView, and it hooks up to your media player for full screen viewing. Now, what I do love are the earbuds. Sometimes they're plasticky and kind of chintzy. I love Ultimate Ears, and it comes with their branded earbuds right onto the old headset. There's a separate pendant for audio and video control, and a 24-degree field of view. 4 hours of battery life on this guy, which is actually pretty good for a viewer because it'll probably outlast the actual source though that you're powering it from.
Now the second viewer we're going to look at is from Vuzix, whose new sunglasses design is a big improvement since you can actually see through the lens / screen. So are these going to look just as good?
Yeah, I mean, the Vuzix Wrap 920, this is the Vuzix Wrap 920AV video eyewear, connects to anything with video out, basically your iPod, the game consoles, laptops, digital cameras. It's the equivalent to watching a 60-inch screen from 9 feet away, so it's a pretty good experience. It's got the see-through lens, which they're still working on it. Sometimes you have to cover it up to reduce the glare and actually see what you're trying to view. But it does give you a 30-degree field of view. Removable noise-canceling earphones, which is nice. Weighs less than 3 ounces, super light. So you can watch all the porn at the airport without anybody knowing on those guys, and you'll be good to go. Oh,
so what do you think? Do I look cool? Do I look cool? The answer is no.
No.
The answer was no.
You look like
I was wrong.
You're like a rejected Kanye experiment. Like, we're gonna go with the blinds instead. Can you see the future?
Grandma?
Okay, she's gone blind.
Grandma?
All right. You can start looking this sexy in spring of 2009. So there you go.
2009.
It's not going to win any fashion
do these things
awards.
ever make you feel nauseous?
Typically, yes, they do.
Okay.
They do. But man, what a small price to pay to look that sexy.
It's very nice.
Oh, I feel like vomiting all over my shoes, but man, do I look futuristic. So there you go.
Can you tell us what happens tomorrow?
That is no, I can't. Yeah, these get re-gifted. Very nice. There's your look into the future.
All right.
Your look
Your
into the future.
Yeah, I saw what you did there.
Because you see things through them.
Yeah.
You view them.
They're laughing.
As that guy was.
Man. All right, the 30-second pitch is the G4 way of giving some cooler-looking products a shot at the spotlight. It's as simple as it sounds. Companies get 30 seconds to dazzle us. Let's go over to Kristen, who's with contestant number 1.
Thanks, guys. Here's an innovative piece of technology from iCap by Geston Technologies. Jeffrey, you invented this thing, so tell me about it.
Okay, the iCap is the safe alternative to earbuds for active music lovers. It features an MP3 player, an FM radio, a voice recorder, and 2 speakers which allow you to listen to music and still hear all the traffic hazards around you. And it's going to be available March 1st, and it's going to retail for $119.95.
Wonderful. Let me try this thing on. Ooh, and it's really light. I like that. I thought it was going to be heavy. It all fits right into your cap. Thanks, Jeffrey. Back to you.
All right, folks, coming up, we've got an early look at the HP Pavilion DV2. This, again, is the potential MacBook Air killer. When will it be on store shelves, Olivia?
You got the answer, don't
Yes,
you?
we do have the answer, and you'll have it too.
Plus, building a PC quickly, really, really quickly. Allison is off to the races. We're going to be back with that. More live CES 09. Ow!
Look at those people walking.
How can I prepare my home for the big analog to digital push?
It's a great question when you live in a cave. How's that treating you, by the way? I'm kidding.
I would love to live in a cave.
No, caves have Dish Network by now, so they're not worried about it. No, the digital transition, everybody's, talking about it. They still are talking about it because it's coming up. There's a $40 tuner that you can buy with a little government check, and it does
apparently
not...
they ran out of them. They ran out
did they already?
of the coupons for them.
Well, and they also don't provide HD, so, I mean, I guess if you're worried about losing your rabbit ears, you're not worried about high-def 1080p video, but nevertheless, they don't do it, so.
Yeah, I think we have another season left of it because I believe Obama pushed it, or is trying to get it pushed. So we have another season to kind of figure out what exactly you're going to do.
Yeah, they'll probably postpone it again. Of course, we'll have more on that story specifically later on in the show. But right now, we want to take a look at some top-of-the-line notebooks.
And to help us out, let's welcome Chris Hardaway back to the show.
Yes.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, when we introduced you, you were breathing heavily onto some plexiglass.
I was very excited about the watch. Well, I love those guys back there. We don't know who that guy is. Anyway.
Well, we'll fog up this laptop in just a second, but this hands-on is actually brought to you by the Acura Advance Look.
All right, we've got the new Toshiba. How are you pronouncing this?
Protege?
Well, it took out the R.
R600?
Protege R600. So, Chris, this laptop is small, but what do you think makes it so special?
Well, first of all, it is ultra portable. It's got integrated WiMAX, which is great. Shock absorbing design, although I wouldn't smack it against the thing unless you want to see keys fly out. It's got an enhanced LED backlit 12.1-inch widescreen. It's only 2.4 pounds.
That's not bad at all.
Which
really
is not. You would have to be a weakling or a small mammal to not be able to carry this around. 0.77 inches thin, and it'll be available in late January. $2149.99.
Oh, so
I feel like
little
I
price.
put the
Sharp
99
edges.
in there for some reason. I feel like the Sham Wow guy.
Yeah.
$2149. I can smash an onion.
Wait, Chris, is that all? Or wait, there is more.
There's absolutely more. Sham Wow.
Now, next we actually have the Lenovo IBM ThinkPad W700. This is the dual display laptop. Are you a fan of the dual screens? Because I could see a couple uses for this, but man, it's
you know,
big.
who I'll tell you who I believe this is for is this is going to be for like the photography specialist who wants to have their menu bar on the side.
That's awesome.
Intel dual or quad core processors.
Or the World of Warcraft player who wants his hentai on the side.
That's right, who wants hentai or who wants to watch his life dripping away on the one side. The main end of the screen is 17 inches. It's a 1920 by 1200 display. The secondary display is 10.6 inches. It's got 4 gigs of memory. It's got a Wacom, Wacom. That's really how it's pronounced, Wacom.
Yeah. Yep.
If you thought it was Wacom, you are the wizard of wrong. It's got an onboard palm rest digitizer and pen, and then a dual RAID HDD high-speed storage up to 250 gig max or a 64 gig solid state drive. But really, you probably want more memory, especially for if
something
you're doing a lot of
this
gaming,
size,
if you're doing a lot of pictures or video or whatever. And the automatic color calibration is also good. Suggested retail price is between $3,400 and $4,200. So it's kind of pricey for a little flap on the side here, and also a very heavy computer.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
Well.
But wow, it is feature packed though.
It is definitely feature packed. Probably more for the artist or the photographer, like I said before.
All right, now something that I want to talk about, which I'm very excited about. We were teasing it earlier. Apparently, it's the MacBook killer. Right? It's the HP Pavilion DV2.
Yes.
You're not really saying anything about that.
It's an H-bomb, the killer bear.
Everyone's saying this is the MacBook killer, but you're silent. What do you think?
Well, I mean, you mean like the MacBook killer, or do you mean like
the Air?
The MacBook Air
But
killer,
I think
you know?
the Air, like, do we?
It was dead
how
on
can that be
arrival?
killed? Yeah, exactly. You can't kill a
Kevin
zombie unless
bought
you
one.
cut off its head.
Kevin bought an Air.
Hey, come on, let's
He tried
all
to
be
sell it to me
friends.
for $1,000.
Mom
I
and
said
Dad,
no.
it's weird when you guys fight. This is a great computer. It's less
weirder
than
when
an
we
inch
make
thick.
out, but
Yeah,
by the way.
No, that's hot when Mom and Dad
okay, good.
make. Wait, what am I?
What?
Why?
It's fine.
Technology.
I need therapy.
Technology.
It's lightweight case. It weighs less than 4 pounds. It's got a 12.1-inch LED backlit display. It's $798.
And that comes with an external
That's with
Blu-ray
an
drive.
external Blu-ray, $699 without, and it offers a full range of connectivity options like Ethernet jack, up to 500 gigs of storage, and that'll be expected in April. Listen, the more we get into cloud computing and the more we can access files that we don't actually have to have with us, these types of computers are going to dominate the market more.
But I think the question is, especially that I had coming into today's show,
Yeah.
was I want the MacBook Air because it's so thin, and everybody's saying this is a good alternative. Do you think that? I mean, if you
I
want
think
something
if you're a
that's
PC,
thin and
if you're a PC person, this is going to be the computer
Okay.
for you. If you really like the Mac OS, I would wait for the MacBook Air, because the main thing I think you want these for is the solid-state drives, and I don't think solid-state drive technology isn't affordable enough yet.
Yeah.
If you can get a 250 gig version or 64, well, your operating system's going to take up about a third of that.
Right.
So, I mean, I would go for a hard drive version, and if you're a PC person, this is a great option. But again, hardcore Mac head. Get
not
the
gonna be
MacBook.
happy.
The overall
Yeah.
message,
There it
though,
is.
is give it a little time.
Give
let
it a
the
little time
storage
to
clear
develop,
up,
let the storage clear up, let the prices come down a little bit, and then I think these are really going to be good computers in the near future.
Awesome. By the way, I have a MacBook Air if you're interested.
$1,000.
I'll give you a first look. It's great.
No, that's all
Celebrity
right.
stains.
No, I appreciate that. What kind of stains?
We'll talk.
Is $1,000 a good
Thank you,
deal to
Chris.
buy Kevin's old MacBook Air?
No,
Okay, good.
no, it's not.
I'm
They're
glad
coming in a
it's not.
hazmat suit and take it out and then have to burn off all the business.
All right. Thanks so much, Chris. Well, this guy right here, he's going to be back with more gadgets later in the show.
It's true. All right, now, Tiger Direct has an annual PC building competition for charity, and it's a great way to really raise money and keep nerds busy during some convention downtime.
This year, we sent Allison Hayslip into the pile of wires and circuit board to see what she could come up with, and another familiar face was there, too.
All right, Olympians they are not, but every year these competitors race to see who can build a PC the fastest. My money's on Dave Matthews.
This is all for charity. This is our 12th year. We've got 29 different magazine editors to assemble a PC from scratch. When they hook it up to a network, the network recognizes a PC, and big lights go off and fireworks and all that stuff. Last year, I think it was about 8 or 9 minutes, so it's a pretty quick race.
Do you have a strategy for tonight?
Go fast. Don't let the other guy copy. Keep my area.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah.
All right, let's be honest. How do we think Dave Matthews from G4 TV is going to do?
Who's that?
I'm absolutely petrified of Dave Matthews. Always a competitor.
Yeah!
Are you ready? Get set. Build! Officially, Hernandez is our winner.
I was really scared of Dave Matthews, but I think I pulled it off.
So where's the money going to?
It's going to challenge athletes, so I'm really happy for the charity.
What's up? I'm here. I'm ready to go. What are we doing?
It's over.
What do you mean it's over, Allison?
Al won.
I've been training all year for this, Allison. The party starts when Dave Matthews gets here.
Yeah, Dave, party already started. Party already ended. That was easily the most exciting geek competition I have ever seen. I've already put my name in the hat for next year. Back to you guys.
Nice.
I'd put money on Allison.
Yeah.
So, would you use any of those handmade machines?
I'll use anything that anyone gives me for free.
Yeah.
That's just the truth.
Even the sunglasses?
Yeah,
that you can
again, I'll
watch
use it
the
as a
movie?
nice gift for somebody else.
Oh.
Right now, though, it's time for a poll. It's kind of like an election, only with stuff. So what tech will die out first? We want to know what you think. Is it desktop computers, DVDs, gas-powered cars, or landlines? To vote, go to g4tv.com/CES or text your answer to G4TXT. That's 44898. And remember, standard rates do apply. Coming up, though, CES 09 Live continues right here on G4. What are we bringing them, Mom?
We're going to show you guys a new 15-megapixel digital camera with face-enhancing technology.
Oh, thank God.
It'll make you look as good as Jimmy Fallon. Oh, that's an unusual way of putting it, but okay.
I think he was back in the prompter there.
Yeah, I think he wrote that.
And then we'll show you the world's biggest OLED TV. You know what would look great in there? Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon looks great on every TV.
What is going on, man? Why is it?
Hey, what is...
I don't get...
Jimmy, that's...
Oh, it's Jimmy Fallon. Okay.
They're on our prompter. Get off our prompter.
Jimmy.
Can you get off our... Okay, well, Jimmy
After the
Fallon
break,
will be
we'll
here
talk
after the
to him.
break.
Yes.
Can you get him off? Get him off set right now.
Not now, Jim.
Not
Thanks.
now.
Jim.
Not now. Not now.
Jim, crowd surf.
Ah!
Go for it, go! Stick around. The Consumer Electronics Show continues, everybody. That's good. Here's your...
Welcome back to CES 09 Live. I am here with the star of the soon-to-debut late-night show titled, appropriately enough, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon.
Absolutely.
Jimmy, so excited to
So
have
happy
you.
to be here.
Yay!
Big fan. Huge fan of the show. I love Attack of the Show. I've been watching it forever, and I love you. You're great and
Aw,
so funny
thanks.
and even prettier in person.
Well, Akon said I wasn't so pretty in person
Akon,
yesterday.
he doesn't have 20/20 vision.
That's right. Well, I know a long time ago I heard that you're a fan of the show, and that made me so happy because I've been a fan of yours for so long. But now you're here, and I got to ask you, what are you doing at CES? Consumer Electronics Show.
I'm here because this is where all the studs hanging out in the world.
Yeah,
What's
look
up?
at that.
People come here, they're just getting busy. This is where all the cool kids are hanging out.
Yeah, well, is this your kind of crowd?
No, yeah, you know, I'm surprised my first time I've ever been at CES. I'm always into gadgets and tech and stuff. I've never been here, and just to come here, it's pretty awesome. It's just crazy amount of stuff, and I think what we're going to do with our show is we want to let people know that I'm into that type of stuff, and
That's awesome.
and let our fans comment on back and talk about what's cool and stuff like that.
Well, this is the place to definitely... Damn, there's like lots of screaming going on.
No, there's just a bullhorn.
Okay.
Nothing to be alarmed
Okay,
about.
I won't. Okay.
Smoke billowing from behind that wall. It's fine.
Well, I'm glad that you're into gadgets because this is definitely a place for it. And you know, the Pump Pre is basically the talk of CES. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What device are you using right now? And do you have any kind of plan to move to the Pre when it comes out?
I have the iPhone. I'm on the iPhone 3G. Yeah.
What's on your screensaver? I always like to see what people have on there.
This one's nothing.
Oh, what?
It was
nothing?
my wife.
Is it like a beach?
It's not even a beach. It's like it's the earth that comes with it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's...
Sorry about that. But look at it this way. It's like sideways earth.
Oh, it's still the earth.
Yeah.
So, okay, people are calling you, I don't know if you know this, but you're the most wired host in late night television. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I don't know.
Why do you think people are calling you that?
I used to have a big cocaine problem. I don't do it anymore, and no, I don't
Is that
know.
how you stay so thin?
That's what-
You look so great.
My face is bloated, but I really my
The
upper.
coke does really good down here.
No, I don't know. Maybe I'm Twittering now. I'm Facebooking.
Facebook, you're on all of it.
I think I want to give it like my fans a chance. If you're a fan of late night and a fan of me, it gives you a bunch of other different ways to get in touch with me and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
You can Twitter me. You can.
What did you just Twitter recently? What do you Twitter?
Recently, I Twittered because I know you're having the adult entertainment expo next week, or they're loading it
no,
in
it's
now.
right now.
It's right now, right?
Yeah.
So right now you're having this, and you're having the Consumer Electronics Show. So you have CES and the adult thing. I'm like, there's got to be a double entendre joke somewhere.
They're somewhere in there.
So I got like maybe 300 great double entendre jokes. Like Tron Jeremy was one. Double the Ram was pretty good. I mean, he's got he liked that.
They like that a lot.
He liked double the Ram. Now, it's a coupon you can use at either convention.
Well, speaking of Twitter, I know that I don't know if you follow Kevin Pereira's Twitter, but he actually offered up to you, knowing that you're going to be on the show, a complimentary cup check.
Yeah.
So if you want to call him over, I mean, just so you know, it's here. So just give a little wink if you want it. I'll continue with my interview.
I'm just going to try not to wink or blink at all. This whole
Don't
interview.
wink or just lock here.
I know.
Don't look that way because he's watching.
Olivia Munn.
All right. Well, can you tell us a little bit about
why can't you do like Olivia Mondays?
what? Olivia what?
Olivia Mondays. Couldn't that be a good
I could
thing?
do Olivia Mondays every Monday on the
Tuesday,
Jimmy Fallon
Wednesday.
show. Yeah! See what I did there? Don't look at him. Don't wink. Don't wink. Don't wink. Don't wink.
I can't. It's like a magnet.
Jimmy,
Olivia,
lock
help me.
it. Wait, I want to talk.
Olivia, help me.
Jimmy, I want to talk about your show.
Olivia, help me.
I want to talk about your show.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. Your show's format.
Format.
Because it's a big thing to go into late night television, and it's not really that easy, and people can give you a lot of slack, and it's like, and then do you break the form, or do you do something new? Like, what are you going to do on your show?
I think just like doing this like now, just like Twittering and Facebooking is kind of the way it's just going to evolve and become its own show. We're going to basically come out and do a monologue, do the whole thing, it's like a basic talk show, really.
Yeah.
We're not going to reinvent the wheel or anything like that.
I don't think people should. I think if something works, you don't break it.
Yeah, you don't put like a fish tank in the back and everyone's underwater talking,
No,
and it's like,
doesn't make makes sense.
So when is your movie coming out? I don't know what's going on.
Well, I hear that the second guest on your show is going to be something different. Usually it's like the big star. You got Tom Cruise, and then you're going to have like, you know, insert tech person here or geek person.
Yeah, totally. Well, I mean, we're down for anything. Honestly, yeah. We want if Steve Jobs has something he wants to talk about, come on the show. By the way, there's another adult joke.
Oh, I see this guy.
I mean, yeah, it's really quick. Yeah, we got Jodie Sweetin on the show. Stephanie Tanner from Full House.
She's a big.
Really? Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Big tech person?
Absolutely.
Or she's your Tom Cruise?
She's my Tom Cruise. She's the first guest.
First guest.
We'd be lucky to get Jodie Sweetin. I got to be honest.
I think I know her people.
You do?
You know, I know I have to wrap it up really quickly, but I know that you're a big fan of the show, and I just want to know if there's anything in particular that you really love about the show, or it's just a
There's one thing I always remember that Kevin had a vest with an eye that played music. And this is right. Remember, there was a Best Buy guy that was caught on video cameras dancing, and he was breakdancing doing the worm.
Yeah.
And then Kevin had a vest with an iPod, and you're like, that's so lame. And he goes, the Best Buy guy likes it. And they cut to the guy, you had a guy in your studio with breakdancing.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny.
We Craigslist large man to breakdance, and we got him.
It was so
That's
good.
a tip for you that you can use on your show.
I'm going to steal it.
Yeah, you should. Well, I'm so excited to have you
God.
here on our set. I'm so excited to watch your show.
Thank you.
You have a web show that people can watch right now, right?
Check out Late Night with JimmyFallon.com.
All right.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks so much, pal. I love you. You're awesome.
I love you. So great. All right.
I did a little hand grab.
Jimmy Fallon debuts.
I was going to give him the. I was going to give you the Steve Palmer. Wait, but I didn't know. Okay.
Palm is announcing a new.
No, it's the Steve
Palm announcing a new thing.
Yeah. The pre. Guys, NBC. Oh, okay.
That was real deal. That was real deal.
The hey, how are you is
That
a
was
pleasant
real
double
deal.
tap. That was not. That was
what
not
she
planned
just
at all.
felt was totally prosthetic.
Yeah, that was. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm curved like a Ken doll. There's no definition. How did people go places before GPS?
I have no idea.
I don't know. You want to? But I mean, I used to. I don't. Do you use one to get from like your bed to the kitchen, or okay?
To be fair, I'm going to do it right back. So I don't know.
I actually live in a Carnival Funhouse that I got really cheap when the market collapsed. So now,
and the GPS works with that.
It gets me there. It's actually nice. It's like turn left.
2
at the
feet,
awkward
make a
turn.
left. Yeah, absolutely. I use it with a nice British lady voice.
That's very, very kind of you.
Voice
I want the TomTom lets Mr. T yell at you, which is awesome.
You should make fool.
You should make a U-turn. It's like, all right, T.
I'm being a fool. You take the 405.
Too jammed. All right, the GPS is everywhere now, but at CES, these global positioning systems sure do love hanging out in cars.
All right, the world of GPS is exploding. It's not if you have GPS, it's if you have the best GPS in your ride. And we're going to find out who has the best right now. This is a Navigon 7200T GPS system. It's ultra thin, and guess what? It's portable. You can take it, and it will take you anywhere. Check this out. It has 3D views of city buildings on a nav unit, handheld. It's 3/4 of an inch thick, and it has a great feature that's going to help me and probably help you out. It's called Speed Assist. If you're going over the speed limit, it's going to alert you and tell you to slow down. Now, something I really like is if you get caught in traffic and you touch a button, it's going to immediately reroute you. All for $449. This place is jam-packed, so I need to find my way around. Reroute me. This is the Nextar Q4 LT GPS system. It has a huge 4.3-inch touchscreen and killer graphics. Now, what type of features are loaded in this one since everybody's using the same thing?
Since everybody's using the same thing, the most exciting part about this particular unit is live traffic. It doesn't cost you any more money. It's ad-supported. You never have a subscription fee for life.
What am I looking at to put a Nextar unit in my ride?
A Nextar unit like this would go for around $299 in your ride.
$299 is it?
$299.
This is the Mio Move GPS S556. It has a 4.7-inch screen. Looks pretty sweet, but guess what? It has the guts to match. Now, Brandon, what does this thing do?
It's got the new Spirit software, My Places, Mad Maps, WC Cities. It's just a great device, easy to use. This also has a pedestrian mode. Set it up to go on a route and walk around with it. You can get this in April of 2009, and it'll be around $299.
So $299 for GPS in the car, on the body. How much is kit?
Kit, that's another story.
I want kit, you guys. Can you get me kit? I want that car right there. Thanks a lot, Brandon.
I will never have to know where anything is again. It's a nice feeling.
Never. I got some Jimmy juice. Jimmy Juice.
No, you need a gallon of Purell.
Coming up, we're gonna gaze in awe and utter amazement at the latest batch of big picture TVs in the loop.
And we'll venture into the Sony booth to see what they're up to. I actually walked by there earlier. I think I saw, believe it or not, HD DVD player impaled on a pipe.
Oh, no.
It was bleeding. It's weird.
Oh, that's sad.
Gadgets don't
That's
bleed.
sad.
There's cars, TVs, cell phones. I want everything here. I want it now. I want you. Will you come home with me? I'll take good care of you, I promise. Back to you guys.
Welcome back to CES 09 Live, your best and most livest source of all the latest tech and gadget news from the Consumer Electronics Show. Yes, even better than that one dude at the office, I promise. Now, obviously, a giant TV is really the cornerstone of any self-respecting person's life. But with all kinds of new developments and technology, knowing what kind to get is not always an easy call. So let's take a closer look at what's going on this year in the loop.
TVs are getting bigger, flatter, and incredibly sexy. As the clock ticks down to the digital switch, exciting technologies like OLED and Mitsubishi's LaserView are quickly becoming the baddest boys on the block. But the competition is relentless, as other contenders are busy developing even more mind-blowing ways to indulge in the ultimate visual experience. The options are varied, so what's the next must-see TV? Let's break it down in The Loop.
All right, to get to the bottom of this latest batch of TVs, we have Associate Editor for Wired.com, Daniel Dumas is here, and Editor for IGN's Gear Channel, Scott Lowe.
How's it going?
Joins us as well. Gentlemen, thank you for joining.
Hey.
Appreciate it. Look, TVs every year, it's the same sort of song and dance. Hey, this one's bigger, also happens to be thinner. Is 09 no exception?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. I mean, we saw the same kind of thing last year, and it seems like the companies are sticking with their guns.
Yeah, totally. And we actually saw, some enormous TV sets. Like Panasonic still has their 150-inch set this year,
Right.
and it seems like it's just, but the pissing contest of who can make the biggest set has kind of
That's
stopped.
kind of died down.
It's kind of died down a little
Well,
bit.
has it switched from urine to another fluid because the technology has changed? Like now it's not about LCDs or plasmas. It seems to be about OLED. Like that seems to
Right.
be the name of the game right now.
Yeah, totally. And Samsung has marched out, the 31-inch OLED that apparently didn't have a price on it, but
Of course
it's,
it didn't.
Right.
They didn't have enough room on the placard for all the zeros.
Right. But it's gorgeous. It's a 1:1 contrast ratio, and it's that thin.
Yeah. Scott, is that where we're headed now? Is it all about OLED?
Yeah, well, I was really surprised to find that all of it was prototype. There was no consumer market models beyond the EXL1 that Sony introduced last year. It was all about making it slightly bigger, but not quite on the scale we were hoping for.
Well, so now these OLEDs, they're gorgeous. I've seen foldable model prototypes. I've seen curved ones. I've seen transparent ones. But again, you said they're all prototypes. So for the consumers at home, what's the earliest chance they have to get, let's say, a decent size set? Let's say like a 25-inch OLED. They're probably spending $6,000 on it. But is that going to happen this year?
It doesn't look like it.
Probably not. Yeah.
So what's the name then? Is it wait and see for OLED?
It's wait and see. I'd say probably 2 to 3 years. When the economy picks back up a little bit.
Okay,
maybe
so 2017 when we're all owned by China.
Yeah,
Okay.
look, honestly, I think people they realize times are tough, and that people are they don't have the expendable income that they used to, and so now they're pulling back a bit. We were expecting to see a lot more production models, but so far it's just been prototype.
But you're right. Yes, they know times are tough, and what goes better with extreme bouts of depression and boot soup than 3D television?
Delicious.
Oh, it's here, and now I've been waiting to see this all show long, and sadly I've been hosting the show. I haven't had a chance, but Dan, I know you got a chance to check out 3D.
Yeah,
TVs.
I checked out Panasonic's 3D television, and it's an experience. It's very cool. You don't have like the weird blue and red lines anymore. What you do have is like this an amazing depth of field. Like you can look down a street and you can be like, that's 100 yards long, and it looks totally realistic. It's not like in the 50s where you had like stuff flying out at you.
Sure.
Like a Captain EO.
Well, that's weird. Yeah, I saw Captain EO late 80s, and I remember giant machines whizzing by my nose. And Scott, it seems like everybody's talking about 3D. Yeah, you still have to wear the glasses, but it's 3D. But are consumers willing to make that trade-off to buy a new set, to wear a funky set of eyewear, only to get the impression of depth?
Yeah, well, it really depends on the purposes. I mean, we saw some really interesting stuff in terms of, animated film and TV, but honestly, the most exciting stuff I saw was gaming.
Gaming, of course.
MotorStorm at the Sony booth looked absolutely amazing. Better than any of the other 3D stuff we saw. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens there.
Well, what does your gut tell both of you? I mean, are consumers going to make the leap to 3D? Are they going to be wearing the glasses and dealing with, for me, extreme bouts of nausea?
Yeah, and my extreme headaches is what I get from wearing the 3D helmet. I don't know if it's just because I'm weird and I have some sort of weird medical condition.
Right. Well, it's probably because you're wearing glasses to help simulate 3D
right.
on a high-def set.
My brain is saying no.
I don't know. I don't really experience any sort of discomfort from the thing.
Well, you'll be the one guy not vomiting during MotorStorm's gaming sessions.
Yeah.
All right, very quickly, I want to touch on LG because they unveiled not only 240 hertz TVs, which look gorgeous and smooth as silk, but new sets that are going to stream Netflix and YouTube videos right out of the box. So we see a lot of sort of middleware devices, third-party devices that promise the same thing. Is the next step the TV delivering it? Forget the other set-top box, forget another receiver. It's going to be built right into the television?
Definitely, yeah. I think we're going to see a lot of that integrated into televisions over the next couple of years. We're already starting to see that. You're going to, next year you're going to be able to turn on your TV. You're going to have Netflix, like a Netflix box, integrated directly into the television. You'll be able to, stream high-definition movies, directly to your TV without even thinking about it.
And Scott, is that something consumers want now?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's obviously the convenience factor. People just want to be able to turn on their TV and just get access to everything they want right then and there, without a second delay. And I think that, all the companies in, the LG and Sony, Samsung that debuted the, direct-to-TV content are just, have the right idea.
Yeah, and if a tag of the show is not on and I want to see a skateboarder crash his junk on a rail, thankfully YouTube is built right in now, so I can have that.
And we're seeing more and more of these televisions that actually have web browsers built into them. Like, Samsung has one like that, where you can actually just access the internet directly from the television.
It's like web TV. It's so magical. I can't wait.
It's like we're living in the future.
Gentlemen, thank you so much, as always, for coming on. I really appreciate your insight. Lots of interesting stuff going on with TVs, but it still feels like wait and see to me. But right now we're going to go over to Olivia, who speaks for the people.
Yes, I do. Well, the ones with the webcams, at least. It's time to check in with our virtual audience.
Hi, Olivia.
Hi, Kevin. Hey, let's start with Justin from Arizona. Justin, what do you think about the new OLED technology?
Well, personally, I know I need to get a new TV, but with the price being so high on it, it's kind of out of my range.
But since you can only see out of one eye, I mean, what's the point? Oh, there we go. Okay, no, he's good. He's good. He's got it.
Yeah, because they are really expensive, and I mean, you're the kind of guy that if you like it, you buy it. If I'm like him. I won't buy anything.
Because I mean, I'm willing to neglect children and pets to afford the latest tech. That's fine. They can eat later. But yeah, I think they're too expensive right now.
Yeah.
You got to sort of
when
wait.
When will they drop? Do you think?
Probably 2 years. Probably we're about 2 years away.
All right.
All right.
Well, what price would it actually have to be for you to go and buy one, Justin?
Well, since all the other TVs are dropping down, the LCDs and the plasmas, I would figure somewhere around maybe close to 2,000.
That'd be great if you say, like, I don't know, 200?
Yeah, I'm willing to spend a hundo. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, 2,000 sounds good.
Yeah, 2,000. No,
fine.
I think he's absolutely right. 2,000 is a good break even for a decent sized TV right now. That would get you a 2x2 postage stamp size OLED if you were lucky.
But you can bend it.
Oh, it is bendable. Yes, that's true. So your wallet will be as well when it's done. It'll have nothing in it. Dennis from New Jersey. Let's talk to Dennis. What do you think about the new super thin televisions? Does anybody care at this point?
Actually, I think that the super thin televisions are more for design rather than resolution or best picture quality. I think really people who want a more modern setting in their house and want to have a more sleek design with a TV, that they're actually the ones that are buying it, and not really the people who are looking for a good TV.
Are you willing to actually pay a premium though for like a slimmer television, all things being equal? Would you be willing to foot out a couple extra $100 in order to get a slim profile set?
Actually, maybe, depending on, how good it is. If there's like maybe some, I don't know, maybe TV problems or anything, then I won't get it. But if it's like a really good TV, then I'll get it.
But basically, being thinner isn't what's going to make you shell out more money.
Right.
It's got to have some extra stuff.
Right.
Being thin isn't everything.
Yep.
Unless you're on television.
Oh, you're telling me to lose weight?
No, I'm just saying.
No.
I retain water when I get
jeans are
nervous,
very
so that's
tight
why I look
today.
this way.
All right, let's go to Nick from Ohio. Thank you. What do you actually want to see improved with new televisions?
Well, I had a problem with one TV that made noises. So get that cleared up and more input buttons. Like not just on the remote, but actually on the TV. Make sure you have that.
I don't remember the last time I got up and touched my television set, but if it had more buttons that were shiny, I might be attracted to it. I might get up and touch them.
It's kind of like the nice desktop that we had on our show the other day that you could touch. You're like, who's going to really, I mean, aren't you laying back when you're playing computer or on internet or TV?
Right.
All right, well, that's what you want. Well, that's an interesting
That's what he wants, so he'll get it.
Well, thank you, everybody in our virtual audience. Great stuff. Honestly, you make me wish every single one of my daily interactions happened through the computer.
Mine usually do.
All right, it's full time once again. What tech will die out first? Is it desktop computers, DVDs, gas-powered cars, or landlines?
The gas-powered car. To vote, go to g4tv.com/CES or text your answer to G4TXT. That's 44898. Standard rates still apply. That has not changed, my friends. Coming up, the Boxy all-format media player. This thing took top honors at the iStage competition. Yes. We will have it here on our stage. Pretty incredible.
Plus, a bit later, the Arcados-powered Check-O-Light light sound system, Check-A-Light, will automatically find the best mood lighting for your make-out mix. See that and more right after this. Ow!
To day 2 of G4's wall-to-wall coverage of CES 09 Live. This place is packed solid, full of robots and tech companies and experts. And of course, Olivia Munn, who's about to show us another glimpse of the future.
All right, Kev. HD TVs are no longer a luxury. They're an absolute necessity, and LG has the perfect solution for it with the LED backlit LHX LCD TV. It's loaded with groundbreaking technologies like a ridiculously thin sub-1-inch profile, an unprecedented 240 hertz refresh rate, and get ready to cut the cord because this sucker is wireless. The LHX receives and displays a full, uncompressed HD signal wirelessly. Just plug the power in and you're ready to rock. There's no availability date yet, but expect a hefty price tag when they hit the market. Now, cheap, full-featured Blu-ray players are finally here thanks to Pioneer. Their new batch of players feature BD Live technology and have 13 different settings that videophiles can tweak to their heart's content. And if you're not the tweaking type, these players can also sense the TV that they're hooked up to and will output the best picture for the situation. Look for them from Pioneer in April at prices ranging from about $300 to $600. And we know you love taking pictures with your digital camera, but you hate the hassle of transferring gigs of pictures and video onto your PC. I hate it. Well, the i5 Wi-Fi SD memory card is here to take out the middleman. Listen to this. You put one of them in your camera and fill it with up to 4 gigs of pictures and video, then do absolutely nothing. The card senses when you're in range of a Wi-Fi hotspot and automatically uploads your videos to YouTube and your pictures to Flickr, Facebook, and more. Oh, she's right. All this while safely tucked inside your camera's SD slot. Get your hands on one of these now for this is another, only $130. $130. I know. Let's check in right now with Dave Matthews, who's got the Flora Report presented by Underworld Rise of the Lycans.
All right, if it's innovative and about to enter your life, it's probably coming from Sony. So let's take a look today at their latest display technology. What we're looking at here is Sony's latest concept piece, a flexible OLED screen. Now it's 2.5 inches today, so that means it could be something on a wrist that you could wear, maybe an MP3 player, that as you move and shake your wrist, the music and the visualizations happen on the fly. Or it could be used in a larger form factor for an electronic book reader, or even a laptop that folds onto itself. So what we're seeing right now is a prototype. Sony doesn't even want photos of it taken in the booth, but it kind of shows you what they're thinking about for the future of screens that'll be in your hand very soon. What we're looking at here is Sony Eco Bravia VE5 series. Now this is a standard 1080p TV with a twist. It only consumes about as much power as a 100-watt light bulb. And it does this by utilizing new backlighting technology, so they don't need as many tubes to light the screen. But it's still really bright. Don't even worry about that. A favorite feature that I have in it is its motion detector, though. The motion detector looks for even as much movement as your eyes blinking. When you doze off to sleep, the screen goes to sleep as well, but it doesn't disrupt the audio, so it won't wake you up. The Eco Bravia line is definitely something you're going to look into because it's only a $200 premium over the typical Bravia line from Sony. You know, guys, I like the Sony booth so much that they've given me my own private sanctum. In fact, I'm going to sit up here and watch Underworld, Rise of the Lycans from Sony Pictures myself. Here's a sneak peek for you.
You are the most fearless warrior I have ever seen. If you will learn to be loyal without the loyalty between us, we are no better than the beasts at our door.
I think that she becomes the son that he never had.
Sonia, you risk too much for a father to ignore.
I'm quite capable of looking after myself.
The Lycans are sort of used as slaves, really. Even though Sonia is Victor's daughter, there is an uncontrollable bond that grows up between them.
Sonia, if I were to leave, would you come with me?
My father would hunt you down.
He takes a step over a line, and once he steps over that line, there's no going back.
You're not animals! To try and play games behind Victor's back is a serious game. Are you with me? Because the consequences are severe.
You have defied me for the last time.
All right, we're joined once again by Attack of the Show's Gadget Jedi, Chris Hardwick. So, force push your product onto us, please.
Thank you. Yes, instead of only lightsabers, though, I will obnoxious beeping machines. They break if you shake them too hard. It's not quite the same, but I appreciate your Jedi reference nonetheless.
Cool. You look smashing in a robe. So,
thank you very much.
Chris, I
Kevin,
like music.
Me too.
I just wish there was some, I don't know, some way a group of critically acclaimed music experts could curate and package it for me.
Well, Kevin, you're absolutely in luck, my friend, because we have Boxy. Ooh. Now, Boxy is a social media center. It's an all-format media player that streams from sites like Last.fm, Flickr, YouTube, Hulu, and Netflix. It's not a piece of hardware. It's actually a free download for Mac, Linux, and Windows, and also Apple TV. Now, I want to tell you that it won top honors at the Consumer Electronics Association iStage competition, which is a tech event showcasing the most innovative consumer products.
And this one apparently is?
It is one of those most innovative consumer products, yeah.
I mean, I started off saying I like music, I want those collections, but again, you said it's an all-media player, so this is, of course, heavily focused on the video side of things as well.
Absolutely, and again, I just want to stress, there is no physical hardware that we're actually looking at.
Yeah, so what are we looking at then? It's a Boxy software.
You download Boxy for free onto your laptop or your Apple TV, and then once you install the program, it will scan your media folders, even just looking for file names, and then it will sync the artwork pulled from the internet, like IMDb or whatever databases it used, and then it'll turn your computer, it'll just basically aggregate all of it, turn it into a media jukebox. It'll give you all the information, it'll tell you, what it is.
But obviously I'm seeing an internet videos panel here on the screen, so that means it's not just your local media, this is also calling from the cloud. It's giving me my Hulus and my Comedy Centrals, etc.
It is. So essentially what's happening is you're sharing what you like with your friends. So rather than seeing on a text on MySpace, I like this movie.
Right.
It will actually show people what you're watching, show people what you like, and then it will take them to those websites like Hulu where they can actually get the content and watch it for themselves. So you're technically not sharing your files.
Right. You're sharing your interest.
You're sharing your
that's
interest.
the whole social networking aspect of it.
It's just wrapping it up and packaging it in a nice little bow for you as well.
And then of course it'll give you recommendations for your friends, right?
Exactly. Well, I mean, because how else do we define ourselves than by what we like and what we like to listen to and what we like to watch? And this just gives us another way to get into our friends' heads and follow them along and watch
then be
what they
very,
like.
very, very regretful that we did that and leap right back out of their heads.
And your friends can watch the same clips you're watching. It also has a Twitter. It interfaces with Twitter. It'll post updates on there. People can actually click on a link in Twitter and watch it without the Boxy software. They can just go on through Twitter, click on a link. Oh, this is what Chris likes.
Oh, that's great.
Then they can go. It'll take them to the Hulu page or whatever, and then they can enjoy it for themselves.
That's really amazing. When can we expect to get the Boxy in our homes, on our Apple TVs, in a dedicated receiver?
It is an open source software, so hopefully you're going to start seeing Boxy on multiple platforms next year. But
awesome.
Definitely on Mac and Linux right now, and they've wrapped up Windows, and that'll be on the way soon. So it's amazing.
Very cool application. Chris, thanks for showing it off.
As always, sir.
A pleasure.
Run back out and
again, Chris, we'll be back later in the show, so please don't hit the pool just yet.
I will not.
And if you do, leave the laptop out of the
bikini wax.
Oh.
It's too cold for the pool in Vegas. CES has more than enough news to fill up 3 hours of show, but stuff also happens outside these convention walls, and that's why we've got the feed.
Here are your top stories for the 9th of January. On February 17th, analog TV signals switched to digital, but President-elect Barack Obama thinks it should be delayed. And the main reason for his request is because the Commerce Department ran out of money for vouchers. The vouchers provided analog TV users with $40 to buy a converter box for their sets, and right now there are still over 1 million people on a waiting list to get one. Mr. Obama plans on providing resources for the switch in his economic recovery program, but he just needs a little bit more time. Now, if you've always dreamt of being the Silver Surfer, your dream is finally reality. Well, almost. A group of German students hacked the Wii Fit balance board and paired its Bluetooth with Google Earth on a Mac. They were then able to use the Wii Fit balance board to choose a destination and coast along the surface of the globe. They gave themselves the power to virtually surf the Earth, and now we just have to wait for them to release the software so all of us can get in on the action. Well, that's all for now, but I also wanted to remind you guys that G-Cycle is G4's plan to reduce e-waste. Visit gcycle.org to find out more about where to ditch your old electronics. I'm Layla Cayley, and you've just been fed.
Thanks, Layla. Coming up, day 2 of CES 09 Live pulls out the big guns. Metaphorically speaking, of course, they don't sell firearms here. It is a real live robot invasion.
Run for your life! Good scream.
Coming up, live on stage, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, the chairman of HDNet, and probably the last billionaire on Earth, Mark Cuban, stops by to talk tech. All that, plus the future, served up one shiny new gadget at a time. Don't go anywhere.
To day 2 of G4's wall-to-wall coverage of CES 09 Live. This place is packed solid, full of robots and tech companies and experts. And of course, Olivia Munn, who's about to show us another glimpse of the future.
All right, Kev. HD TVs are no longer a luxury. They're an absolute necessity, and LG has the perfect solution for it with the LED backlit LHX LCD TV. It's loaded with groundbreaking technologies like a ridiculously thin sub-1-inch profile, an unprecedented 240 hertz refresh rate, and get ready to cut the cord because this sucker is wireless. The LHX receives and displays a full, uncompressed HD signal wirelessly. Just plug the power in and you're ready to rock. There's no availability date yet, but expect a hefty price tag when they hit the market. Now, cheap, full-featured Blu-ray players are finally here thanks to Pioneer. Their new batch of players feature BD Live technology and have 13 different settings that videophiles can tweak to their heart's content. And if you're not the tweaking type, these players can also sense the TV that they're hooked up to and will output the best picture for the situation. Look for them from Pioneer in April at prices ranging from about $300 to $600. And we know you love taking pictures with your digital camera, but you hate the hassle of transferring gigs of pictures and video onto your PC. I hate it. Well, the i5 Wi-Fi SD memory card is here to take out the middleman. Listen to this. You put one of them in your camera and fill it with up to 4 gigs of pictures and video, then do absolutely nothing. The card senses when you're in range of a Wi-Fi hotspot and automatically uploads your videos to YouTube and your pictures to Flickr, Facebook, and more. Oh, she's right. All this while safely tucked inside your camera's SD slot. Get your hands on one of these now for this is another, only $130. $130. I know. Let's check in right now with Dave Matthews, who's got the Flora Report presented by Underworld Rise of the Lycans.
All right, if it's innovative and about to enter your life, it's probably coming from Sony. So let's take a look today at their latest display technology. What we're looking at here is Sony's latest concept piece, a flexible OLED screen. Now it's 2.5 inches today, so that means it could be something on a wrist that you could wear, maybe an MP3 player, that as you move and shake your wrist, the music and the visualizations happen on the fly. Or it could be used in a larger form factor for an electronic book reader, or even a laptop that folds onto itself. So what we're seeing right now is a prototype. Sony doesn't even want photos of it taken in the booth, but it kind of shows you what they're thinking about for the future of screens that'll be in your hand very soon. What we're looking at here is Sony Eco Bravia VE5 series. Now this is a standard 1080p TV with a twist. It only consumes about as much power as a 100-watt light bulb. And it does this by utilizing new backlighting technology, so they don't need as many tubes to light the screen. But it's still really bright. Don't even worry about that. A favorite feature that I have in it is its motion detector, though. The motion detector looks for even as much movement as your eyes blinking. When you doze off to sleep, the screen goes to sleep as well, but it doesn't disrupt the audio, so it won't wake you up. The Eco Bravia line is definitely something you're going to look into because it's only a $200 premium over the typical Bravia line from Sony. You know, guys, I like the Sony booth so much that they've given me my own private sanctum. In fact, I'm going to sit up here and watch Underworld, Rise of the Lycans from Sony Pictures myself. Here's a sneak peek for you.
You are the most fearless warrior I have ever seen. But you will learn to be loyal without the loyalty between us. We are no better than the beasts at our door.
I think that she becomes the son that he never had.
Sonia, you risk too much for a father to ignore.
I'm quite capable of looking after myself.
The Lycans are sort of used as slaves, really. Even though Sonia is Victor's daughter, there is an uncontrollable bond that grows up between them.
Sonia, if I were to leave, would you come with me?
My father would hunt you down.
He takes a step over a line, and once he steps over that line, there's no going back.
We are not animals! To try and play games behind Victor's back is a serious game. Are you with me? Because the consequences are severe.
You have defied me for the last time.
All right, we're joined once again by Attack of the Show's Gadget Jedi, Chris Hardwick. So, force push your product onto us, please.
Thank you. Yes, instead of only lightsabers, though, I wield obnoxious beeping machines. They break if you shake them too hard. It's not quite the same, but I appreciate your Jedi reference nonetheless.
Cool. You look smashing in a robe. So,
thank you very much.
Chris, I like music.
Me too.
I just wish there was some, I don't know, some way a group of critically acclaimed music experts could curate and package it for me.
Well, Kevin, you're absolutely in luck, my friend, because we have Boxy. Ooh. Now, Boxy is a social media center. It's an all-format media player that streams from sites like Last.fm, Flickr, YouTube, Hulu, and Netflix. It's not a piece of hardware. It's actually a free download for Mac, Linux, and Windows, and also Apple TV. Now, I want to tell you that it won top honors at the Consumer Electronics Association iStage competition, which is a tech event showcasing the most innovative consumer products.
And this one apparently is?
It is one of those most innovative consumer products, yeah.
I mean, I started off saying I like music, I want those collections, but again, you said it's an all-media player, so this is, of course, heavily focused on the video side of things as well.
Absolutely, and again, I just want to stress, there is no physical hardware that we're actually looking at.
Yeah, so what are we looking at then? It's a Boxy software.
You download Boxy for free onto your laptop or your Apple TV, and then once you install the program, it will scan your media folders, even just looking for file names, and then it will sync the artwork pulled from the internet, like IMDb or whatever databases it used, and then it'll turn your computer, it'll just basically aggregate all of it, turn it into a media jukebox. It'll give you all the information, it'll tell you, what it is.
But obviously I'm seeing an internet videos panel here on the screen, so that means it's not just your local media, this is also calling from the cloud. It's giving me my Hulus and my Comedy Centrals, etc.
It is. So essentially what's happening is you're sharing what you like with your friends. So rather than seeing on a text on MySpace, I like this movie.
Right.
It will actually show people what you're watching, show people what you like, and then it will take them to those websites like Hulu where they can actually get the content and watch it for themselves. So you're technically not sharing your files.
Right. You're sharing your interest.
You're sharing your
that's
interest.
the whole social networking aspect of it.
It's just wrapping it up and packaging it in a nice little bow for you as well.
And then of course it'll give you recommendations for your friends, right?
Exactly. Well, I mean, because how else do we define ourselves than by what we like and what we like to listen to and what we like to watch? And this just gives us another way to get into our friends' heads and follow them along and watch
then be
very,
very, very regretful that we did that and leap right back out of their heads.
And your friends can watch the same clips you're watching. It also has a Twitter. It interfaces with Twitter. It'll post updates on there. People can actually click on a link in Twitter and watch it without the Boxy software. They can just go on through Twitter, click on a link. Oh, this is what Chris likes.
Oh, that's great.
Then they can go. It'll take them to the Hulu page or whatever, and then they can enjoy it for themselves.
That's really amazing. When can we expect to get the Boxy in our homes, on our Apple TVs, in a dedicated receiver?
It is an open source software, so hopefully you're going to start seeing Boxy on multiple platforms next year. But
awesome.
Definitely on Mac and Linux right now, and they've wrapped up Windows, and that'll be on the way soon. So it's amazing.
Very cool application, Chris. Thanks for showing it off.
As always,
sir. A pleasure.
Run back out and
again, Chris. We'll be back later in the show, so please don't hit the pool just yet.
I will not.
And if you do, leave the laptop out of the
bikini wax.
It's too cold for the pool in Vegas. CES has more than enough news just to fill up 3 hours of show, but stuff also happens outside these convention walls, and that's why we've got the feed.
Here are your top stories for the 9th of January. On February 17th, analog TV signals switched to digital, but President-elect Barack Obama thinks it should be delayed. And the main reason for his request is because the Commerce Department ran out of money for vouchers. The vouchers provided analog TV users with $40 to buy a converter box for their sets, and right now there are still over 1 million people on a waiting list to get one. Mr. Obama plans on providing resources for the switch in his economic recovery program, but he just needs a little bit more time. Now, if you've always dreamt of being the Silver Surfer, your dream is finally reality. Well, almost. A group of German students hacked the Wii Fit balance board and paired its Bluetooth with Google Earth on a Mac. They were then able to use the Wii Fit balance board to choose a destination and coast along the surface of the globe. They gave themselves the power to virtually surf the Earth, and now we just have to wait for them to release the software so all of us can get in on the action. Well, that's all for now, but I also wanted to remind you guys that G-Cycle is G4's plan to reduce e-waste. Visit gcycle.org to find out more about where to ditch your old electronics. I'm Layla Kaylee, and you've just been fed.
Thanks, Layla. Coming up, day 2 of CES 09 Live pulls out the big guns. Metaphorically speaking, of course, they don't sell firearms here. It is a real live robot invasion.
Run for your life! Good scream.
Coming up, live on stage, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, the chairman of HDNet, and probably the last billionaire on Earth, Mark Cuban, stops by to talk tech. All that, plus the future, served up one shiny new gadget at a time. Don't go anywhere.
It's amazing here at CES. It's like being at the center of the tech universe. Just check out all these digital cameras. I'm gonna get me one of these. Ooh, green. Pretty. Back to you guys.
I was worried she was trapped by cameras for a second there.
Welcome back to CES 09 Live. We've got so many high-tech gadgets coming up. You'll think you're watching a sci-fi flick.
Yes.
Hey, I may even put on silver boots and a spacesuit.
And cue 3,000 forum threads about that suit right now. You better have it by the end of the show.
Well,
there's going to be a lot of angry
can
attendees.
somebody get me a spacesuit?
Spacesuit now. And while we're blowing your mind, remember to keep your iPod fed with our special CES podcast. You can check out the AOTS feed at g4tv.com/podcast. But once again, we have a shiny new thing to bang on the ground and hit with a stick.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bang this on the
This
ground.
time, it's a state-of-the-art HD camcorder. Now, we reviewed the Vixia HF10 and thought that it was one of the best camcorders of 2008.
Absolutely.
So how do you think this one compares to that one?
All right, so this is the HF-S10. It records 24 megabits per second to 32 gigs of internal
amazing.
flash. So basically, you're going to get 3.5 hours of footage in 1920 by 1080. That's full HD. And the still camera on this thing, normally video cameras, they kind of skimp on the still part. They say, oh, you can make a still out of your video. 8 megapixel digital camera built into this. And it even has this video snap feature, which at first I'm like, that sounds gimmicky, but in practice, it's kind of cool.
Well, I did hear that the snap feature allows you to make your own montage videos.
Yeah, it makes little like snippets. It basically stops recording every 4 seconds or so if there's no movement. So it cuts out the boring parts, which is nice. It also comes with its own set of music, so you can sync your clips to the stuff that's been
so you have
shot.
a montage with, like, for your funeral.
Can I? Yes, your funeral. Here's the salad buffet. I just imagine there would be one.
So are you going to try it right now?
Yeah, do you want to see it? So here, very simple. Like we're getting, you can see the camera. I'm going to press the video snap. See, look at that lovely blue border to let you know. Hey,
and Jake, look at that. Oh, there's Chris's head.
And those are the words that are going to come out of your mouth and my mouth very soon.
When does it come out?
But watch this. Here we go. So I'm going to snap once. It's going to be like 4 seconds or so. Yeah, and then it'll stop. And done. Oh, beautiful. And now, oh yeah, sell it. Oh, this tech is so extreme. So extreme. One more. Oh, your mind is blown by all the pure technology coming out of this thing. And then it's done. Now we go into our playback mode, and I'm going to select video snap, and it's going to check the memory here, and I'm just going to toggle to the old end here, and I'm going to hit play. Now again, I could set this to music from the built-in camera. This was taken before. Watch, this was me and Mark Cuban, but then next clip. Oh! Look at that! Oh, how do we skip? How do we skip?
Oh, that's classic.
Yeah. Oh, crazy, right? So again, you could use this. I mean, this is great for if you're at like a car show or any sort of event. And you want to say, oh, here's 4 seconds of this. Well, any sort of expo where you're like,
you go to car shows?
I go to car shows all the time. I'm an import model. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know
Me,
that.
hot shorts,
I should
and
get your
a
calendar.
drifter. Oh, you don't want to see it.
I love this.
But the point is, yeah, make quick little memories of everything.
You saw what I had to say earlier. So
February 2009 for $1,400, which is, I mean, for a full high-def camera, built-in, little focus knob right here.
Yeah.
And you saw how excited people got. I mean, come on, it's not because there's a camera in their face.
It's because they're live on TV?
Because it's this camera.
But you know what? I love how nice it sits in your hand.
It actually does fit really well. It's the perfect size. So, look, we all knew it was inevitable. It's time for the robot invasion, everybody.
I told you this day was coming, but no. All you wanted to worry about was zombies, fools. You are all fools. Here's Allison from the front lines.
Okay.
G4 has tried to warn you guys about the imminent robot uprising, but CES's latest wave of these nasty little bots is proof that it has already begun. Like, check out this guy. This is a telepresence robot. Hi.
Howdy, how are you doing?
He talks to me. So is he useful for homes or offices or?
For offices, for people that work in big companies that have many locations and want to talk to people.
So the big boss can spy on you in your cubicle no matter where you are?
Exactly.
Can he change his tie pattern? Can he pick his own tie?
He can. He can put whatever he wants on that screen.
Well, that's pretty useful. How does he work?
He is controlled over Wi-Fi, so you can be driving him from your laptop from anywhere. He's got a 5-megapixel camera, so he can see really well.
So how much would one of these bots cost?
About $30,000.
$30,000?
Summer.
You're an expensive little date, you know that?
I'm worth every penny.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find some robots who aren't so mouthy.
This is a spy ball from Huawei Technologies.
Spies.
Spies. It's a sphere that you would bowl into a room, finds its center of balance, and then using your favorite handheld gaming device like a DS or a PSP, you basically open it up. Out comes a camera, a microphone, and a stabilizing wheel, and you drive it around your house.
So how much does one of these cost?
Between $150 and $175, coming out at the fall of 2009.
There you go, $150. Spy on your parents. Done deal. Let's find something else. Well, if this isn't a sign that the robot apocalypse is upon us, I don't know what is. So what is this robot called?
Shadow Stalker. He's part of the Mech RC range of home entertainment robots.
He's like a breakdancing Optimus Prime.
Yeah, well, a friend of mine's a Transformers artist, and he gave me a hand with some of the design work.
So what's his purpose?
Well, it's to entertain. Don't really have really great uses for robots, but, you know, people want to know what they do, want to know what they're capable of, and this is a great way of finding out.
Well, Sarah Connor saw this coming. Why do you have to grow up to inevitably destroy us? Why? Back to you guys.
All right, coming up, more awesome stuff you would be annoyed to see your neighbor come home with. I mean, seriously, what's that guy's problem? Such a jerk. Oh, stop walking around naked. I got kids. Whatever, I got big windows.
Electronics, gadgets, and tech. Right now, I'm about to blow your mind. Wait for it. For in this very hall, there exists a television that is 1/3 of an inch thick. Think about that for a second. Yeah, keep thinking about it. Okay, now focus here because Dave Matthews went to the Panasonic booth to see it in person.
Panasonic's slogan is Ideas for Life. We're here at their booth at CES 2009 to see if their ideas will work in my life. Last year, Panasonic had the big things in plasma. This year, they're giving us the skinny. This is 1/3 of an inch plasma screen. It's super bright, super efficient, and what typically happens with the guys at Panasonic is about 18 months after we see the one-of-a-kind prototype at the CES show floor, we'll be able to buy it at retail. Hey, check me out in 1080p. This is the Panasonic HDC HS300. It's a cool 1080p camcorder that has a 12x optical zoom. It does 10.6 megapixel stills and has a 120 gigabyte hard drive inside. Its 3-chip imager means the HD quality is going to look awesome. And my favorite feature, tells me when I'm shooting with too much motion or wiggling around too much. It's $13.99 and available in April. This is the Panasonic line of VieraCast televisions. Now, they're full 1080p, but what I like best about them is there's an internet jack on the side. That means you can pull videos from Amazon, YouTube, even widgets for stock and your local weather. But it also has a digital connection via HDMI to other Panasonic products that allow you to go to a ultra-low power mode. So when you turn off your television, your DVD player, and your receiver, start saving even more energy than they could. These start at 42 inches for about $1,600, and they're going to be available soon. I gotta say, their innovations are very impressive. I'd take about any one of them if only I could afford them. Guys?
Now, if you've ever wondered how companies decide which products to showcase here at CES, the following video should actually shed some light on the process.
And if you haven't wondered, well, just humor us.
Yeah, shut up and watch.
We're ready to see your cell phone designs. What we need is an iPhone killer. And from what I've heard, you're the best cell phone designer in the industry.
Yeah, that's true. I think that you'll find my cell phone designs will not only kill the iPhone, but it'll murder it in its sleep and then bury its body in a landfill. So, it's a cowboy hat phone.
Does the cowboy hat do anything?
Well, yeah. Right now, it blocks holding it directly to your ear, and it blocks a lot of calls from coming in. Internet phone, you can look at websites and email people, and it's also a laptop computer. Cell phone on a stick, that's what it is. If you can take a look, you can talk into it if you wanted to. Guitar phone, this one, water phone.
Oh, is that a phone that you can use underwater?
Whoa, no. It's a phone made out of water, but we haven't figured it out. But your idea is real good. It's just a drawing of a train, and it's not a phone, so I could have skipped it. Next one. Holy. It's not my computer. I bought this computer, so I would never look at that type of stuff. I'm not like...
Isn't that you looking at...
I mean, I have looked at that type of stuff. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm not like a... I'm not like a weird guy. Or you can look at the...
I like the cell phone with the little cowboy hat on it.
Shocking. That was shocking.
You know, that's exactly how our writer's room works.
I love that someone was probably tuning in to hear about like the latest Bluetooth headset and saw that dude naked on a couch with a laptop over his junk. I love this show.
Ratings skyrocketed. You guys, when we come back, we're going to have a segment that really half of me really identifies with. The other half, however, finds it strange and exotic. It's a came from Asia, and it's coming up right after this. I get it. I just don't get it.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Brad from Seal Shield, who've come up with a cool way to clean your dirty keyboards after use. How's it work?
You know, University of Arizona study found the average keyboard has 400 times more bacteria than the average toilet seat. Ours are dishwasher safe. They even work underwater.
Does your keyboard do that?
To CES 09 Live. Hey, what do you know? The convention's still going on.
Yeah.
So we're still here. Let's check in on the floor to find out what's happening down there.
That's right. Kristen's got some green tech to help us give a little back to the planet while we're taking so much. So let's check it out.
I'm here at Green Central, where environmentally minded gurus are showcasing the latest in eco-tech power sources. Let's go green! Rahul, tell me about what's going on at your booth.
Well, at the show, we're presenting the 2009 CES Innovation Honoree. This is the ML1. It's a mini lantern. A minute of winding gives you an hour's shine time at this setting.
That's actually really bright. I wasn't thinking this little guy could do that.
We've also got a solar radio here. It's got a solar charge meter, so you can see the meter get stronger as you get closer to the light source. Lasts 27 hours on its batteries.
Green Plug has teamed up with a company called Energy to bring us a universal charger that is energy efficient. Basically, you just plug any product into this bad boy. It charges it in a safe way, so it's not going to fry any of your devices. And if you're on the go, in an airplane or a car, you can just take this portion of it. It's going to be available later this year for $129. I had to step outside of the convention center to check out the LG Sky Charger. This is part of their eco-mobilization initiative to encourage their consumers to be more environmentally aware. And what this thing does is it takes energy from the wind and the sun, stores it into this big bank right here, and can charge up to 104 cell phones at one time. My phone's actually charging right now, and it's fully charged. These are just some of the products geared at reducing our wasted electricity, and you can be sure that we'll see this technology implemented into other products. Back to you guys.
Hi, Olivia.
Yes. Nice work.
Joining me again is Dave Matthews. Been described as a squishy football that connects to the internet. Not you, Dave.
Oh, yeah, because I have no Ethernet.
This is the Chumby. I thought you were Wi-Fi. I thought you had 802.11 surging through the veins. Tell me about this Chumby thing here. For those, I mean, we featured it on the show ages ago, but it's still around. It's still doing well.
Yeah, Chumby came out a year ago, and it's a $179 little squishy football. But what I love about it is it plays all these little widgets. It's Wi-Fi connected. It's got 2 speakers in the back. It's got a little USB port. So people have actually hacked this to put a keyboard and mouse on it. Why ever you'd want that, I don't know.
Right, but the fact that you can is why you'd want it, I guess.
But the whole idea with the Chumby device is it's something that stays in your home. It's a little persistent, connected device that gets data. So I have mine telling me my current eBay auctions. It does the Onion news. You can even do the top YouTube videos. And this has a little video decoder. It'll play the videos. They added Shoutcast support, so you can play video or audio on it.
Right. Where does it do that in your home? Do you have it like next to the bed, like as an alarm clock, or where do you fit a device like this in?
There's widgets for alarms, but next to the bed it was too bright. And in the kitchen I kept getting food all over it. So the screen, it's a touch screen, so it's getting pretty messy. So I could not find the right room for this until the bathroom.
Is it really? The Chumby's in your bathroom?
The Chumby is my gadget.
To a Glade plug-in or something? Like, what is it doing in there?
No, I'm brushing my teeth. I can
You
check
look down?
New York Times, whatever.
All right, so but what's new about the Chumby? Because I know there's always widgets coming out, which is awesome that you can, expand the functionality of a device.
That's
but
right.
I'm standing in front of a prototype picture frame of some sort and wondering how it relates to the Chumby.
So the neatest thing about Chumby is it's open source. Not only the software, but the hardware as well. You can literally go to their website and download the schematics to make the circuit board for
very
this.
Cool.
So when you think about competition and different markets, Chumby literally wants to have other people make the hardware for them. So a perfect example is this right here. Think about the digital picture frames. They haven't been connected. They've been devices that are typically isolated. They sit on an island. And Chumby is all about connectivity. So I love to bring the prototypes around.
Yeah.
Check this out.
I'm like, oh, what says prototype? Oh, how about all this junk hanging out the back? But I love it. I love that this is, we're seeing the future in progress.
That's right. So the idea is Kodak or any of these digital picture frame makers could take the Chumby circuit board and apply that technology to what would normally be a dumb frame.
Right.
And I've got a flicker plug-in on my Chumby, and a couple inches of flicker photos isn't so compelling. But if I had an 8-inch, 10-inch, they're doing 640 by 480, 800 by 600, I think, on this one right here.
Very cool. Now, because it is open source, like I noticed there's some speakers on the back of this guy. But if it's a Chumby-enabled device, does it have to have speakers? Are there standards that come along with Chumby that someone has to adhere to?
Yeah, they want to keep the minimum requirements. So audio is important because these things can play YouTube videos. The processor's fast enough to decode that. The microphone input on some of these would allow this to technically be a voice-over IP.
Voice-over IP, which would be great. Yeah, I mean, look, I love that. I love that they launch a simple platform, open it up, and now it could net enable a myriad of devices in amazing ways. So
and they start at $179, so not too expensive considering you get a lot of connectivity in this small platform.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait till your bathroom is outfit with 1,001 Chumby-enabled devices. Dave, thank you again for coming on, sir. Always a pleasure. Right now, let's check in with the Chumby-enabled Olivia Munn.
All right, thanks, guys. We've got the results of our poll. We asked, what tech will die out first? Is it desktop computers, DVDs, gas-powered cars, or landlines? The answer with 33% of the answer is landlines. I would have guessed that, too. Coming up after the break, everybody will show off the best netbooks of CES, including an LCD tablet, PC, and a solid-state machine from MSI.
That's right. Plus, get the latest CES news, videos, photos, and more at g4tv.com/CES. Now, listen, our CES 09 live coverage is going to continue when?
Just a moment.
Yeah, that's right.
Sushi, pandas, and ninja assassins. All these things come from Asia. When we get back from the break, I'm going to show you a few more Asian things that you might find a bit more useful. Sorry, pandas.
Welcome back to CES 09 Live. And hey, you're just in time for a hot list. Here are the 3 hottest gadgets to impress your friends. For those of you out there with crappy jobs and unattractive spouses, this really is your only shot, so pay attention. You finally hung your flat screen TV on the wall. Now it's time to go full-on feng shui and do that with the new JVCN NXT10 home theater system. It's a lot of letters. You can hang your speakers and your main unit on the wall, giving you a little more breathing room. And despite the fact that it only has 2 main speakers, it delivers realistic enough sound that you don't need rear speakers. $600 to streamline your living space and get your chi flowing, or whatever it is that feng shui does. Now, if you're aching for some intelligent conversation, the RCA voice control remote may be just what you need. A sexy female voice helps you set up the system. And once she's walked you through it, you can command her to turn on the DVD player and suddenly it's on. That's just one of many customizable instructions you can give her. But sadly, making nachos is not one of them. The remote will be available later this year, but they haven't fixed a price on it just yet. And when you chat with people on your webcam, you want them to see the real you. The Minoru 3D webcam has 2 lenses and stereoscopic processing software that transmits video in full 3D. But keep in mind that your viewers still need to wear special 3D glasses. And since Minoru provides 5 pairs, you'll have to choose your friends wisely. Find your inner Beowulf for $89. But right now, let's go back over to Kevin Pereira.
Thank you, Olivia. It came from Asia. The answer to so many questions like, where do alarm clocks and anime and ill-advised tattoos for lame people come from? It's also the next name of our segment. Allison?
No one adds flair to tech like the East, and I am combing the floors of CES to find the most bizarre gizmos that come out of Asia. Like this. This is an electronic cigarette by Dasonic. Yeah, electronic cigarette, you heard me right. Or an e-cig, if you want to call it that. This puppy can actually help you quit smoking because, as we know, smoking is very, very bad for you. So check this out. I've never smoked a day in my life. Ready? Huh? Real smoke. There's a battery and an atomizer in here that creates the smoke, and as you saw, the tip glows red to make it look like a real cigarette. And you can add any sort of flavor you want to this thing. Some fruit flavors, a mint, you can even add a nicotine flavor if you need to kick the habit. Let's go see what other cool stuff they have here. And I had to stop and check this out. This is a wireless floating football speaker from Acoustic Arc International. Yeah, it's a speaker shaped like a football that floats in your swimming pool. Look, it's got a wireless transmitter that you plug into your audio source, your computer, your iPod, whatever you want to do. And it gets transmitted into your football speaker, which is battery powered and safely covered in this waterproof case. And you just stick it in your pool and it floats. It's perfect for your summer barbecues. Let's go find some other aquatic activities. For all those times you're snorkeling and you think, oh, I just have to have a picture of this, here is your answer. It is the Liquid Image Underwater Digital Camera. Now, this thing not only takes pictures underwater, it also takes video. Check it out. It is the world's official first diving mask with a camera built into it. You take a picture like that. Now, you can't go to all depths of this thing on. You go about 15 feet. But it comes with a 16 megabyte of flash memory and a slot for a micro SD card. Also comes with editing software, so you could edit together all of your wonderful videos of starfish and octopus and put them on YouTube, because that's what everyone does these days, right? All right, well, there you go. That's just a few of the awesome imports coming from the Asian invasion at CES. Arigato. Back to the studio.
If there's not a fetish site dedicated to that mask, there is now. Or an opportunity for one of you entrepreneurs out there. Now, if you've ever wanted to design your own music light show but never found like a local hair metal band to tour with, then maybe it's time to take a look at the Checo Lights speaker light system. We're about to do it now with Dave Matthews, ladies and gentlemen. Now, on a tag of the show, we've seen audio systems that let you play music all over your house. The Squeeze Box, we've had the Sonos, of course.
Typically they're wireless, though.
Wireless, yeah. This one is all about the wire.
It's all about the wire. So we've shown technologies in the past that use home plug, Ethernet over your electrical wires to do this data transfer. And Checo Light just that. It uses the Arcados technology, which is not only home plug, but adds an MP3 layer to it as well for data.
So you literally just plug it in, and what we feed it a source of audio, and out of my lamp comes the sound?
Yeah, that's right. So the idea is you have an iPod dock, and the dock takes all the metadata through the bottom connector. So it's not just audio. If you had displays around your house, it would show you what's playing anywhere in the house. And because it uses your electrical wires, you don't have dropouts or issues that you might have with a wireless system.
I just set it up, and that's it, though? There's no configuration?
Yeah, no configuration. It finds itself on the LAN, connects the dots. But what I really like about this stylish lamp here
it's very cool.
is it goes where a normal sconce would. So literally, we have it plugged in because we don't have a wall behind us. But you unscrew a light that you have, you screw the checker light into the wall, and then you can remove the light switch as well and replace it with a touchpad controller. And that touchpad controller not only sets the scene for the audio, but also the mood. Think about it, Kevin. It's late at night. You bring a nice lady home, and you can put it in late night mode. You hit one button, dims the lights, puts on the smooth jazz. Are you a smooth jazz?
Yeah, I am when I'm chatting online with my girlfriend, So will it automatically connect us to instant message? Because then that'll really set the mood.
That's, we're going to have to wait CES 2012.
Of course, of course. I also noticed a pair of RCA jacks back there. Does that mean it can be used as a standalone speaker if I want to plug
absolutely. So you could also drop a subwoofer off it, because obviously when you mount some light speakers, you're not going to get the best fidelity. But you could drop the RCA cables down to a subwoofer and make it a more full-range sound. So the idea with this platform is it takes the chips that we've seen in the past and really expands it. You could have even a flower pot subwoofer, which is my dream.
Yes, just rock your ferns until they quake to the floor. Just so everyone's clear, I want to point it out, iHome makes all of these products. When can we start actually producing our own light and sound show and setting the mood with our smooth jazz?
Well, there'll be multiple people coming out with this. So it uses the Arcados engine, the Arcados chipset, which means it'll be compatible. So if you buy Chocolite or iHome or you name it, all that technology will work. It's going to come out this summer, so we're just a few months away. And there'll be
any idea of a price range, a price point?
So they're still working on all that, because this is literally prototype plastic. This stuff is hollow, and it sounds really good when you shake it. But it's going to be affordable, and they're competing with the Sonoses and the Linksys stuff we've seen
before. So they know they got to keep the price down and get it in the homes.
Those systems are typically $1,000 for full range. So I'm hoping to see this around the $700 price point for multiple rooms of audio.
Nice to see. I mean, we talked about the Arcados last year, and now at least here it is in a product that we're going to get on shelves this year. So that's cool to see.
And this year you get a free light bulb with it.
So nice of them. I hope it's green. I hope it's fluorescent. Dave, thank you so much as always for showing it off.
Thank you.
Miss Munn.
Free light bulb. Yay. Coming up, space-age science and innovative technology combined to make something that rules the road. Big C checks it out. Plus, we've got something just off stage that's starting to emit a strange hum. CES 09 Live will be right back. What is that?
Welcome back to CES 09 Live, GeForce coverage of the 2009 Consumer Electronics Show.
Yeah. That's what it stands for?
Yeah, that's what we went over this at the beginning of the show. What do you think it stands for?
No, I thought it stood for cool electronic stuff. Whew.
Actually, I like that better.
Yeah?
I like that
You
better.
like it?
Change it. It's official. Just changed.
Done.
It's Chris Angel like magic. I don't know how you do it. Coming up in this hour, they're like notebooks, only nettier. We're going to round up the new netbooks, including a solid-state laptop from MSI. Then we'll visit the iRiver booth to find out how they're moving beyond simple MP3 players. And I've got 4 words for you. Touch screen video phone.
No. And we'll show off a video conferencing cell phone watch. A conferencing cell phone watch that looks like it came straight out of Dick Tracy.
Well, not out of him, but out of
the movie.
Out of the,
Dick Tracy.
oh, it's fine. It's fine. Plus, we'll determine once and for all what the best of this year's cool electronic stuff show is.
Cool
What do you say it
electronic
is?
show.
Cool electronic show is.
Don't forget,
we'll nail
you
it
guys
down.
can see all the best CES clips anytime, anywhere, right on your mobile phone. More info is available at g4tv.com/mobile.
Now, let's find out what happens when high-tech meets the automotive industry.
And then they totally hit it off and make a baby. And then they get you to buy that baby. Because you can buy babies in America.
The halls of CES filled with miles of car technology. However, when I walked by this bad boy, my mind was blown, along with my eardrums. You gotta check it out. That's pretty hot. This is my man Eric. He's with Stinger Audio. Man, I gotta know, how do you improve an audio system in a car that's $267,000 off the lot?
If improve it, we had to destroy it and start all over, man. Everything in this car, that wasn't that a whole lot. It was basically a factory radio. There were 2 speakers in each door. We pulled all that out. We put a whole bunch of Stinger capacitors and batteries in here, power distribution, all kinds of awesome battery terminals. I mean, we put speakers where there was nothing before. It just felt.
Now, this is actually the trunk. Can you show me the rest of the car? Because I know you have some space problems getting stuff in here.
Oh, yeah. So we showed you the Stinger batteries in the back running the car and the Stinger batteries in the front running the audio system. We've got also Stinger battery terminals running the power through the car. See, we took all these factory speakers out and put aftermarket JL audio woofers in there, and we put cool custom Stinger logos in here. And all that suede and all that acrylic is available through select products. Take a look further inside here. There used to just be 2 seats and a basic radio in there. We pulled the factory radio out, added an aftermarket radio, and with the new iSimple iPod interface, it actually transmits audio and information straight to the radio wirelessly, and you can control the iPod right from the screen.
Now, who took on the task of building on a car that costs $200,000 plus already?
Well, Audio Creations did all the work, and they used all Stinger electronics products and peripheral iSimple products.
Now, we're talking about tons of amps, lots of speakers, subwoofers. How much audio output does this Lamborghini have?
Well, this thing's pretty nasty. I don't know the actual dB rating, but I know it's about a $200,000 car, and they got about $80,000 worth of aftermarket equipment and labor in there.
So we're at about 340 with just adding the audio to this bad boy?
That's right.
Okay, so maybe you don't own a Lamborghini, but who's stopping you from tricking out your minivan like this? Back to you guys.
I wish I had a minivan. And all the cool stuff to go inside it, of course. Yeah. All right, netbooks. Netbooks are big at this year's CES with all the lightweight and low-cost laptops on display. We just needed someone like Chris Hardwick to help us sort through the best, and you're here.
I am here.
So kind of you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
All right, we're going to get into this. Our first netbook is one I'm especially fond of. It's the HP Vivian Tam Digital Clutch. Obviously, it looks stylish, but can the specs match the beauté?
You know, they're definitely trying. It's 1.6 gigahertz Intel Atom processor. You got a gig of RAM, a 16 gig solid state drive, and Windows XP rather than Vista. And you're going to see on a lot of these solid state drives are going to run XP because Vista is just so resource intensive. It's only an inch thick, just barely over 2 pounds, and one of the largest keyboards in its class, which is nice for a netbook because a lot of times we see the keys, your fingers feel very big and stakey, and so this you can type on pretty easily. This will be available January 2009, starting at $699. And look at this, you can play all Sex in the City. I'm the Samantha, or whatever you do.
Look at that.
I'm a slutty slut, you know.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I'm impressed that you knew one of the names.
I know, I was really impressed. And I'm impressed that you knew that she was a slut.
Did I just expose something? Very awkward. I've heard.
Getting back to the laptop, though, okay, it's supposed to be like the clutch, because it's supposed to, like a girl, just to hold it like a clutch.
Yeah.
So who is Vivian Tam, and why did she design a laptop? And while you talk about it, Kevin, can you pose like a...
Oh,
like
yeah,
when you hold your clutches, there you go.
Well, when I hold my clutch, I normally like to...
For the young tech guy on the town, Kevin's
look at that.
the Vivian Tam Digital Clutch.
Okay, Vivian Tam is actually one of People Magazine's 50 most beautiful people.
Just like you.
Just like me.
You made the list.
No, seriously,
She's a
come
fashion
on.
designer, right?
People Magazine, tech guy. Let's get it going.
Yeah. What is he doing over there?
I'm working it. Would you just do the segment?
All right.
Hey, take it down, RuPaul. It's a pretty sweet machine there, and it's all. Did we see the front there? Did you guys see the front there?
It's gorgeous.
It really is a beautiful machine.
Yeah. I heard the keyboard's fantastic.
The keyboard is also fantastic. It's great.
All right, moving on to the second netbook that we have. Now, we love the older version of the MSI Wind.
We did like the MSI Wind.
A while back. We reviewed it, and then they followed it up with the Wind U115, which we have here. It sounds like a sub-drama, but it's not. Have they made any dramatic improvements to this, or is it just an iteration?
They did something that I think was really smart. It's hybrid storage, which means that it has a solid-state drive and a regular hard drive, and the operating system is actually installed on the SSD so that your boot up time's a lot faster, and it doesn't put it on the spinning disk.
And saving battery, obviously. At the
you're
same
saving
time.
battery. The SSD goes up to 32 gigs, and the hard drive you can get up to 160 gigs, and it's got the usual 1.6 gigahertz Intel Atom processor, up to 2 gigs of RAM, and it's got a 10-inch screen with 1024 by 600 resolution, and the 6-cell battery could give you, in theory, up to 10 hours of battery life, although we haven't been able to test that yet. But
probably if you're writing a letter in Notepad or playing solitaire, it'll last 10 hours.
All the time in the world. But if you're editing video, maybe you get 5 or 8 minutes.
Right. But that's still great.
No, but it's great. It was such a great idea to split up the memory like that.
I agree.
I really
that's
like
a very
this one.
cool feature.
Now, our third and final netbook is something a lot of people have been waiting for a long time. It's the Intel Classmate. It's part tablet because of the touchscreen and part netbook. But what's powering it, Chris?
This is some really, really, really awesome stuff. Now, originally it was designed for kids, 1.6 gigahertz Intel Atom processor. You have a 60 gig hard drive, also running Windows XP, 8.9-inch swivel touchscreen with a 1024 also by 600 resolution.
Now, I was playing with this a little bit earlier, and the big question is, was Intel able to pull off the touchscreen better than all the other computers out there?
I think they did an amazing job. I mean, they've come a long way. This is obviously, like I said, intended for students, but I have to say, when they design stuff for kids, I think it really helps bring out the purity of the product because they don't try to overload it with stuff. They just make it simple and functional, and that's exactly what they've done. It's great.
But I would like to point this out. When I was using it, touchscreen is like you think of your iPhone now, right? Touchscreen. But you have to actually use the stylus or the tip of your fingernail.
Use the stylus or the tip of your fingernail.
Yeah, it's not a touch. Like
you know, if you're a kid and you have small hands, that's going to be a little bit easier. But if you...
What about the large kids out there?
Well, they can't use this.
Right.
They're not allowed.
They should cut off a child's hand and then solder them to the
Well, then those kids are going to have to work hard to get smaller hands.
Thank you.
But look, they can carry it.
It looks like a lunchbox. I kind of like that.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Portable. For the student on the go, I'm going off to class. Oh, I'm getting beaten up again.
Oh, there it is. Thanks, Chris.
Why do I keep getting stuffed in trash cans?
Because you still have that thing on your iPhone is why.
You mean there's a giant power brick on your iPhone?
Hello, welcome to Meineke Mufflers. Like it looks like I work in a
You can
shop
use it to call your
somewhere
mom to
with
pick
this.
you up though. Which
Thank
is
you,
nice.
Chris.
Exactly.
I'm gonna save you and just thank you now. So just
Okay,
thank you.
thanks.
I'm stop talking.
I like this guy. This one's pretty sweet.
All right.
No, okay.
Here's your. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm getting word. Oh yes, I'm getting word from my producers. Yes, they've just confirmed that
What's
they're.
going
Really?
not
They're
hearing it.
saying there's a world outside of CES. I don't believe it. I guess it's time for the tea. It doesn't make sense.
Hearing the thing.
Hey guys, here are more of your top stories for the 9th of January. We've got a little space news for you today. Now, when most of us think of the universe, we picture it as absolutely quiet. But scientists at NASA have detected some kind of cosmic roar coming from outer space. The team from the Goddard Space Flight Center in Maryland were looking for small radio signals, but instead they heard a booming noise that was 6 times louder than they expected. They've ruled out primordial stars or known radio sources, but in the end, researchers admit that right now they just have no idea what it is, and we'll definitely keep you posted. Burger King is helping Facebook users trim a little of the fat off of their friends list. The burger chain introduced an app called Whopper Sacrifice that rewards users with a coupon for a free Whopper. But if you want to get your hands on that free burger, you have to remove 10 of your friends from your friends list. When you delete a friend, the app sends that person a message telling them you cut them because you prefer a Whopper over their friendship. Hey, I'm sure they'll understand. Times are tough right now, and we all need to eat. And who doesn't like Whoppers anyway? Well, that's it for now. But I also wanted to remind you that G-Cycle is G4's plan to reduce e-waste. Visit gcycle.org to find out more about where to ditch your old electronics. Everyone happy here? Yeah, I'm Layla Kaylee, and you've just been fed.
Dave Matthews is back for more, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know who forgot their charger when they came to Vegas, but I'm assuming that the majority of everybody did. I mean,
yeah, don't forget your chargers when you leave Vegas.
But yeah, you can't. But that's exactly why the Power Mat made the easiest device charger that we've probably ever seen. You're going to sell me on it in a second here, I believe. But is this really as simple as just dropping your device on it? Because I see some attachments and some other things going on here.
Well, I definitely wanted to cover wireless power because that's been the holy grail. And if you think about it, the only thing that you have in your house with a wireless power charger is your electric toothbrush.
It's my toothbrush,
right?
yeah.
And that uses an inductive coil to charge, but it has that cradle that it has to be perfectly placed in to make a charge. So that's been kind of the problem with electronics. And I know you carry an iPhone. I've got a BlackBerry iPhone. Yes. We have all these gadgets, and going home and fumbling in the dark, trying to plug it in, is kind of a pain. What's neat about the Power Mat is you use one charging adapter. This plugs in the wall, and it's got kind of a cable management system, which is kind of cute. But only one adapter instead of 3 or 4 adapters that are sitting there drawing power all day. Because a lot of these adapters continue to draw power
even when the device isn't plugged in. Yeah.
So that's an industry standard now where they're trying to get it to stop doing that. But the single Power Mat adapter can charge 3 devices, and it does it intelligently too. So the downfall with this, though, you need to put a sleeve around the device.
Are there any additional benefits to that sleeve, though? Like, will it give me longer battery life?
Not yet, but I think ultimately this is a bridge. This is a transition piece, right? So we start with the Power Mat, which docks with an iPhone in this case here. But I think they could go with technology where they add batteries to this, where you increase your usage
increase
capacity.
the life as well. And then maybe down the road we see actual office furniture, coffee tables, etc., built in with this technology.
Even they're going so far even to say walls will have this technology. So you can just hang that plasma TV on the wall, and it would immediately have power.
All right, that's cool outlook for the future. When can I actually purchase this?
These will be available in the summer. They're about $99 to $150, depending on how many sleeves you get with it. But I really like that at night there's a little magnet system, so you can kind of fumble away.
Just
I can
throw it down
stumble
there
to bed.
and hope it goes. Or
Right.
leave your portable hard drive on it and then erase all those bad memories. Either way. Either way. Dave, always a pleasure, sir. Thank you again. Miss Munn.
Thanks, guys. Now it's time to give another company just 30 seconds, 30 tiny seconds to pitch us one of their best products. Allison is standing by with Hitachi on deck.
We've all seen Minority Report. We all want tech that we can manipulate without actually touching it. The future is here. Check this out. I just turned on a TV by waving my hand in the air. What? This is a Hitachi television. It's got a connected 3D sensor chip inside, and it reads your movements through a camera. So look what we can do.
Okay.
This is how you change the channel.
Congratulations.
Done. You know what? Jack Bauer's not loud enough. You need to change the volume. There we go. Volume change. You also kind of get a workout doing this. Burn a couple calories while you watch TV. Always a good thing. And the final thing, this is how you turn it off. There you go. Turned off the TV, never even touched it. Hitachi, I got to admit, I'm impressed.
No, don't do that at home.
Oh, no,
don't do this. Don't do that. Just sit on them.
Just do
and
this.
hang tight.
Louder.
Turn it up. Yes. Coming up, enough show to fill 3 more convention halls. Yes.
I actually don't think that's possible.
Do not question the future, Olivia. Tons more tech is on the way. CES 09 Live continues only on G4. Stay tuned and stop waving your arms at the television. Welcome back to CES 09 Live right now. I had my best of show picked, and I might actually change it.
I'm gonna change
I'm not
mine.
kidding. We've got a video watch phone conceived during the Great Depression.
Let's check out the LG Dick Tracy watch as it is being dubbed. It is the LG 3G watch phone, really like the two-way video watch Dick Tracy used in the comics.
Yeah, it's absolutely like that. It's the world's first watch-shaped mobile video phone. Uses the 3G network for video calls as well. Touchscreen dialing system built in this bad boy. I mean, I am impressed.
But what else can it do besides do video calls? Can it do regular calls?
How about some, oh yeah, I can do regular calls, of course. Voice recognition, text-to-speech, Bluetooth, MP3 player.
What? Is it a prototype or is it real?
Sean, I'm wearing it.
Is it
I mean,
real?
This
is
bad
it real
boy
or is this a prototype?
This is real. This is real. And it's not like, there's been other watches out there, not video devices. There's been other watches out there that have phones and they feel twice as bulky as this.
Is it a certain carrier?
Well, it takes a GSM card, so it's pretty much open. It could be a world watch phone as well.
Do we have a release date?
Speakerphone, microphone, all built in. If you want, you can Bluetooth it so you're not stuck here. Yeah. And unlike the iPhone, which I always complain about, A2DP, so it can beam your MP3s stereo to your headphones. But you want to make a call? Check this out. You got to see it because I can only do it once. There's so much like top secret stuff on this phone that I can't show. But watch this right here. Here it is. Boop. There's the dial pad.
No!
That's literally all I'm allowed to show you. I swear, that's all I can show you. But I am going to say, at the risk of being tackled, that, you know, there's other touchscreen devices out there that have like cool transitions and this, that, and the other. You're going to get what you want with this watch.
Man.
Like, this is it's not even a watch. It's a video phone.
Right.
I mean, it's awesome.
This made CES worth it for me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I might change my best stuff now.
Time.
I might do it. I might do it. You can't stop me.
Do you have time machines or hoverboards?
No,
Let me know. Let me know.
Over there, jetpacks?
All right, from monitors to headsets to powerhouse PCs, gaming has always been a part of CES, and this year is no different. Right now, we're going to check in with Kristen, who's got the hottest gaming headset from one of gaming's most innovative companies.
Don't break the watch. It's mine. Stop it.
The Xbox 360, Alienware, and the HP Blackbird. These iconic gaming consoles were all designed by Astro Studios, a powerhouse that rocked the gaming world recently with their controversial accessory. 2 years ago, Astro developed the A40, a closed-circuit voice communication system for multiple-player gaming. For the first time, competition gamers could communicate directly through tricked-out headsets rather than yelling at each other. With the help of this radical device, the Astro gaming team started cleaning up in tournaments, then was promptly banned from competition gaming. because the A40 was not available to the public. But this year, the system hit the market and instantly became the new standard. 90% of all Major League gamers now use the A40 system, from noobs to pro gamer T-squared. There's no doubt Astro is a major player. If gamers want to score, they're going to need whatever Astro unveils at CES.
Here they are, the infamous A40 headphones that are redefining the gaming landscape. And with me from Astro Gaming is Josh Latendris. And Josh, I know you brought some other gaming accessories to show us.
Today we brought the Transport Series bags. This is the Mission bag. This is designed for specifically the Xbox 360, the PS3, big next-gen consoles. You can strap them down. It's got straps for the power supplies, controllers, all your games. Basically all you need for kind of a 3-day weekend at Grandma's house.
Nice. Is that where you spend your weekends?
Usually, yeah.
Way to spice up your life, Josh. Okay. All right, now what's this other bag used for?
This is a Guitar Hero bag, Rock Band controller bag, as you might guess. It's kind of an absurdly luxurious place for up to 2 controllers, and it comes with extra straps for your guitar controllers, and it's basically lets you look like a rock star instead of having a plastic hanger looking out of your backpack in the airport.
Exactly. No, these are much needed for the serious gamer. So thank you for showing these to us, and I'm going to keep them if you don't mind, so I look really cool walking around. Back to you guys in the studio.
So I'm constantly approached by companies asking me to try out new products, and I'm usually not interested, but this next one looked really cool, so I gave it a shot before we actually came out here to Vegas. Unfortunately, they may have to work out a few more bugs first.
Hey, Olivia.
Hey.
I guess they want you to review this for CES.
Dear Olivia, please enjoy our state-of-the-art cloning machine. What's going on? Who am I? Quiet, slave. Okay, I need you to go do DV Tuesday because I'm just tired. I want to take a nap.
What's with the #1?
Oh, you know, because I'm like #1. Yay! I love your hair.
Oh, thanks. I use a lot of gel.
Oh, it's spiky. Ow. Did you see these pictures of Olivia and Chris Gore? What the hell is this?
It's just those pictures of you and Chris going yachting.
This isn't me.
That's
you guys know this isn't me.
It's exactly you. Hey, baby.
Hey.
Oh, God, I had so much fun last night. Staying up late, talking about movies, extreme cuddling.
That sounds amazing. Thank you so much. Hey! Hey, just Hey! What the hell are you doing? You were only supposed to do DV Tuesday with Chris Gore, not go whale watching with him. Chris Gore? I was talking to Chris Hardwick. You slept with Hardwick too? Okay, I think you're getting me confused with Clone 1. I'm Clone 13. Oh my God. Why are all my clones so slutty? Same. I'm fine. I would like to you think that you have pie? They have water. Yeah. What the f is going on in here? All right, that's it. Okay, it ends now. Sure, we can come up with something.
Boy, that sure was exciting. So stick around because we have a lot more CES. Yes? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that I thought that was my line. Okay, go ahead. Great. Stick around, everybody, because up next we'll check out the best of the best at this year's CES.
CES 09 Live.
It is CES 09 Live. Now, G4 is bringing you coverage of all the up-to-the-minute action.
You know, we've seen so much great stuff at CES. Enough high-tech merch to bankrupt 4 Mark Cubans. But did anything stand out as the best thing to get your hands on? Let's find out in the loop. Joining me now to make sense of it all, senior editor for CNET.com, Dan Ackerman joins us.
Hey, what's going on?
How are you, Dan?
How you doing?
I'm exhausted. How are you?
I'm exhausted, too.
Yeah, I mean, what is it like for a CNET editor at CES?
Just walking all day long. You get comfortable shoes on. Maybe get one of those little rolly carts.
Are you riding a lark around or a little rascal, and then the PR reps pull you off of it to show
I need a guy with a rickshaw to just put me and just take me from the North Hall to the South.
A robotic one, since
yes,
it's CES.
of course.
Okay, so obviously this is winding down here. What do you think? Was it a good year for tech? I mean, are we starting off 09 on the right foot?
I think we're seeing some exciting stuff, but that's because all this stuff was planned like 6 months or years ago before, the big recession hit. Otherwise, we'd all be seeing, $200 laptops and stuff like that.
But instead, we're seeing some higher-end stuff.
We are seeing some
like this guy right here. Let's talk about this. This is one of your favorites, right?
This is one of the most buzzed-about products here at the show. It's the Sony Viva P series. They call it the Lifestyle PC, and it's a super tiny little laptop. About 1.5 pounds.
Yeah,
it's got an 8-inch screen. It's about the size of an envelope, really.
But they're not marketing it towards dudes like us, right? Which I think is kind of interesting.
Well, they thought it was kind of like almost clutch size, so they kind of are thinking about marketing it towards women. The press release said the keys are widely spaced, perfect for longer fingernails.
Oh, fantastic! So for the WoW players out there that don't get out much or clip them, then they're good to go.
So they're good.
It's running Vista, which is kind of an odd choice for such a small machine.
Well, it's got an Atom in it. That's the same thing those netbooks have, but they wanted to make it a little more upscale, so they said Vista would be a little more upscale.
So what are your impressions then? I mean, is this going to be worth the price point?
It's a very crave-worthy machine. It's a really fancy case. It's really hard to get something that small and that tiny, but it's got kind of a lower power CPU, and it does have mobile broadband in it and GPS, so it's about $1,000. If you're willing to step up from a netbook, it's a great-looking little thing.
All right, well, that's good to hear. What about this Griffin Navigate? I've been told it's like an essential iPhone.
That's just one of those cool little things.
Accessory.
That's just one of those cool little things you wander around, you find here at CES. It's a little remote control, and it's an FM tuner, and it's got a little readout that'll give you a little display on it.
Great.
Works with your iPod, works with your iPhone. It's just the kind of useful thing you wish you had in your pocket all the time because you don't want to reach in and like change stuff on your iPhone while you're walking around.
That's great. And after a while, the little clicking on the earbuds just doesn't do it. Like I want to be able to scroll with a little bit more info, a little bit more knowledge. So Griffin has that great product. Do we expect that Apple might release something like this? Or?
They've had a really good remote in the past I liked, and then they stopped making it. So I've been waiting for a really cool one to come out ever since.
All right, well, keep waiting, or just go with the Griffin, I guess. Yeah. Now we just had the LG wrist phone out here, which, like, my knee-jerk reaction as a fanboy of cool, sleek-looking tech is, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. And then I realized there's a lot of unanswered questions. How is it going to sync with our contacts? Any web browsing going on here? It doesn't sound like it might be.
Right now, it's never actually coming out.
You don't think so?
It's a showpiece.
See, I was told specifically later this year, no price point. I mean, there were some ballparks, but I was told it's coming out.
It's like those OLED TVs. They will come out, but you're not going to be able to afford one for 5 or 10 years.
So you don't think I'll be this guy later on in the year?
1940. It's not new technology.
Yeah, and not coming out though.
I don't think it's going to hit anytime soon. At least not at a reasonable price.
All right, let's go to the magical hypothetical land of unicorns that shoot lasers out of their eyes.
Hooray.
Let's say the phone is out and I have it on my wristwatch, or I have it here as my wristwatch. Is it a primary phone for anybody, or is this just a secondary device to look cool?
I think it depends on how the software works and how the little touchscreen works. If you can actually type numbers on a little thing on your wrist, then maybe that could hypothetically work. You probably need smaller fingers than I have.
Yeah, if you have the Pepperidge Farm fingers, you're not doing anything on that.
You might need a little stylus that comes out of the side and just...
oh, no, let's stay away from the stylus. All right, we talked about OLEDs, and yes, the TVs were probably never going to be in your home, at least for another 10, 15 years. But what about the Walkman here? Sony's got an OLED Walkman out, and it looks pretty good.
Sony's got a new Walkman out. It's kind of takes a lot of cues from the iPod Touch, which is a good move for them. Is this going to bring the Walkman brand back? Probably not. But if you really want to say, I own something that's OLED, it's got a little 3-inch screen on it that looks really good. It's really bright, really crisp. I like it a lot.
Is that really the selling point, though? That's the key thing here, is the fact that the screen's OLED and that's about it?
That is kind of the selling point because they kind of gave up the ghost on that Walkman brand a long time ago.
Well, with iTunes opening up now and being DRM-free, do you expect that other competitors, MP3 players like the Walkman or anything by...
Ask the Zoom guys. See how that's working out for them.
Well played, sir. I appreciate that point, Dan. Always a pleasure. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
I'll leave you to the clutch. It is a very sexy piece of tech, though. I'll give you that. Miss Olivia.
All right, on January 28th, the Chasers war on everything invades the U.S. It's Australia's most controversial show, and you're only going to see it on G4. The infamous Chaser team of comedians can infiltrate any situation. In this first look, the team introduces the ultimate in car bombing luxury.
Introducing the all-new JI Extreme, the ultimate in car bombing luxury. With 6 cylinders of explosive power. 0 to 100 victims in under 5 seconds. With suicide belt technology, twin fertilizer airbags, and JIPS navigation to help you conquer the toughest infidel terrain. The JI Extreme, pure suicide bombing pleasure.
The Chasers War on everything. The all-new G4 original premieres January 28th.
That's right. Visit g4tv.com/chaserswar for more clips and a Facebook app where you can declare war on your friends.
Wow.
All right.
War.
We're not on Facebook.
Well, it's happening now.
Done. All right. The convention isn't over yet, and neither is our coverage, everybody.
We've got plenty more action from the jam-packed floor of CES. You don't want to miss it. Stick around.
All right, war. Let's do it. What's up, everybody? You're watching CES 09 live right here on G4. We've got enough cutting-edge gadgets to outfit all 5 James Bonds. Yeah, that's right. I don't count Daniel Craig because Bond is not supposed to be blonde. Sorry, it's just a sore subject for me. Right now, Chris Hardwick is down on the floor, hacking his way through acres of metal and wires and shiny corporate logos. He's doing it for us. So let's see what he's found.
Hey guys, I'm here at the iRoo booth, which by the way, was one of my favorite booths last year, and I think the same is true again this year. It's got a nice sort of sterile Kubrickian feel to it. So let's just go through a few of their multimedia devices here. This is just a basic multimedia player and comes in 80 or 120 gigs. All your stuff goes in through USB right there. It's got a gorgeous 4.1 OLED screen. You can see right here, I'm going to spin this around. The P20, which is this device, won a CES Innovation Award for Design and Engineering. Nice job, guys. But maybe you want a little more of an integrated browsing experience, so then you would say, hello, D50N. They're saying it's a dictionary with full browsing. Maybe you wouldn't be able to figure out how to go to dictionary.com, but it doesn't matter because it does pretty much all the stuff that does. You can watch music, videos, photos, but then you also have a keyboard here, and it's just a little bit, you get more of a text feel to it. So this is a gorgeous device as well, but probably the most stunning device here is the Wave Home. I mean, look at this. Gorgeous. I just want to love on this for a while. This is, they're calling it the next generation multimedia communication home device. It's an internet phone. You've got a video phone capability right here. So there's the camera. There's your OLED screen right here, which again, gorgeous picture. And then if you don't want to look at someone's mug, hey, you pull this out and walk around for voice over IP. And then when you're done talking to them and you want to resume whatever movie you were watching, this turns back into remote. So again, this gets the Chris Hardwick I Love You Award for design and just overall awesomeness and usability. So great job, Korea. Well done, iRiver. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Chris.
He got right back over here.
It's ran all over.
Yeah, wait.
Magic!
I'm a jumper. I can jump through space.
You should be releasing doves.
I can't say long Lawrence Fishburne is hunting me. So, or Sam Jackson.
You and Hayden Christensen, brothers?
Yeah, we're brothers. We're brothers.
That's very fun.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well, since you're here, just happen to be standing
why not?
here. Mind helping us out with some of the best cell phones in the convention?
I would absolutely love to do that. All right.
You know, we always hear about products going green. It seems to be a theme this year as well. Yes, and Motorola just came out with their Moto W233 Renew.
Yes, it's right here.
What exactly does this phone do?
Well, the Moto W233 Renew is composed entirely of recycled water bottles. It's the big office types that they deliver from Arrowhead or whatever, but not the little tiny ones that you drink out of. It's carbon-free product certification, which means there's no impact on the environment. It's energy efficient, up to 9 hours of talk time, and you're holding it in your hand. You can tell it's less than 3 ounces.
Yeah,
you almost wouldn't even know it's there. It's half an inch thick, and it's got an MP3 player, and it's very basic, though. There's no browser. There's no camera. It's just for those people who go...
But it's made of water bottles.
I know. You used to drink out of it. Now you can call me.
Well, okay, you guys, it is made out of recycled bottles, and so sometimes recycled stuff kind of feels weird. This feels normal.
No, it totally feels like an actual phone. It doesn't. You don't go. Yeah, I feel the bottle. Like it really. They really recycled it well.
Now we've seen 1,000 touchscreen phones. Obviously, this one is not one, but some have been kind of hit and miss. You know, it seems like they almost are kind of like shoehorning in touchscreen into a phone. This is a new one from Motorola as well.
I like the way that looks.
Yeah, this is the Moto Surf A3100. This is a gorgeous phone. 2.8-inch touch tablet. It's icon-based carousel. That's how you interact with it. It's up to 6.8 hours of talk time. 3G, Windows Mobile 6.1 Professional, and video conferencing. There's a little camera on the front as well, and the back, a 3-megapixel camera, and also GPS.
I love that.
It's a really beautiful phone.
And the touch works really good.
The touch, you know, we always compare stuff to the iPhone. People complain sometimes we do, but we have to. They set the standard. And we never really get the same swipe motion in other touchscreens. But this is fantastic. It totally has the same kind of feel. It's very fluid, very smooth,
And the Windows
I really like.
Mobile
And the Windows Mobile, it seems fine.
Yeah,
Like,
because sometimes with touchscreens, the Windows Mobile can be a little wonky.
it's not the kind of classic, like, you know, the old Windows Mobile felt very PC and robot-y,
Right.
and this feels very smooth. They really, really stepped it up with this.
Oh, I
really like
love-
this phone.
I love
Not green, though. Like, they have to slaughter several thousand polar bears to make each one of those. But that's okay.
You know, they beat a polar bear with an eagle.
Right.
And to death. And
Well,
then
you know
out
what?
comes the
I don't think the
phones,
bald eagles are endangered anymore, so that's okay.
Oh, so we're fine now.
Yeah,
So
we're
off
fine.
the
Everybody's
endangered
good.
Back to being okay.
All right. You also have a
last
Nokia touchscreen here, which kind of looks like Bruce Wayne's phone from The Dark Knight
Yeah,
a little bit.
I think it might be, actually. That's Nokia NA5800 Music Express. It's got an MP3 player, a touchscreen, and also a stylus for people who are like, well, I don't want to use my fingers. It weighs 3 ounces. It also has Wi-Fi, an 8-gig micro SD, and a 3.2 megapixel camera.
Okay, I have to ask this because sometimes, usually when they have the stylus, it's because the touch doesn't work as well. So is that the reason why it's there? Oh, I got it on the nose. I got it. I win.
You can't see. I was pointing at my nose. The touchscreen I didn't think was great for your finger. It's one of those ones that feels like you really have to mash down on it sometimes.
which you never want to do with a touchscreen
You never
device.
really want that on a touchscreen, and so you know the stylus is really kind of what you're going to end up using most of the time, and it also doesn't swipe and roll the way that the other phones do, like the Surf or
I
the
love this
iPhone
one.
or whatever. You know, you can scroll by swiping, and this doesn't really work that way. You kind of have to
Fights you a little
drag.
bit.
Yeah, it fights you a little bit.
It does have a camera with a flash, though, which is nice.
Camera with a flash is nice.
What's it going to cost, though? Because sometimes Nokia phones tend to run a little on the higher end.
Europe has this for $350 on lock,
Oh, that's
so
not bad.
it should cost somewhere around that when it gets to the U.S., whenever that might be.
Right.
So.
Is that 350 euros? Because
No, that's 350 American dollars. Yeah, it'd be about $100,000. You can get a mortgage on your house.
Exactly.
But no, about 350 American.
Well, hopefully soon they'll just start implanting cell phones into our heads. And then we won't have to worry about all this stuff.
You can just see screens, you know, that come up on the back of your eyes, and then we won't actually.
Then we can wear those sunglass things that we reviewed
They can't
at the
do that
beginning of the
already?
show.
The Geordie LaForge visor. No, we can't do that yet.
No, we can't.
Can't do that
Sorry,
yet.
Kev.
We're working on it.
trust the
CES
doctors
10.
in Mexico.
CES 10.
I'm telling you.
But where am I supposed to get my Cialis?
Exactly. Now, dim the lights and break out the toys because G4 is taking you behind the scenes of the 2009, speaking of Cialis, Adult Entertainment Expo. We're bringing you the most extensive coverage you'll find anywhere.
Plus, for the first time, we take you inside the AVN Award ceremony. It's been hard before because there's so much dirty stuff going on we can't show you, but we did this time. So check out AEE 09. It's January 25th, only on G4. Visit g4tv.com/AEE for details. You guys, coming up, you've seen a bunch of stuff yesterday and today. We know it's a lot to take in.
But when you get back, we will cut through the hype and all the promises and give you the best of CES, including OLEDs, green tech, new cell phones, and Apple-killing laptops. There's plenty more still to come, so stay with us. We'll be right back, everybody.
Yeah! It's been an incredible 2 days. We've seen so many cars and computers and green tech and giant TVs and that thing in the convention hall that kept making loud noises. I can't believe it's over. It feels like only yesterday we showed up here with no idea about all the cool stuff hitting the market. And
It does, yeah. It
here
does
we
seem like
are.
that because that's pretty much exactly what happened, Olivia.
We know. I was here Wednesday.
Let's talk about some of our own personal highlights from
Yes.
CES. Why don't we start with you, Miss Munn? What was your favorite?
You know, I'm tossing. It's a toss-up because I love the Vio. I know that the Sony Vio P lifestyle PC that you guys just saw. It is an 8-inch widescreen notebook, built-in webcam, 2 gigs of memory, a solid-state hard drive. You know, instead of the trackpad, you get that little mouse nub, which means more room. I don't really like that mouse nub.
Right, but if it's a trade-off for the larger keyboard, then
I like your
why
use
not?
of the term mouse nub.
Mouse
if that means anything to you.
nub.
It's a technical term.
I'll use it later too. If you need me to.
Nice.
It's $1,000, which is definitely too much, but I love that. And then I got to throw in that watch.
Yeah, that watch is sharp.
That was like a last minute threw me off a little
so
bit.
many unanswered questions about it, but at least the promise seems to be there.
Well,
I
it's
bet
like
we
Mark
will see it
Cuban
this
said,
year,
you know,
but-
it's like you see what it is and then all the possibility that comes with
I
it.
feel like there was a lot of that at CES this year, though. Like, when can we see this? I don't know.
Yeah, we're not sure. But you can see it now.
Can I
you
turn
buy
this
it or
on?
use it?
No, you can't turn this on and use it. Yeah.
I really personally, I like the EchoStar sling-loaded HD DVR, the 922 device. Terabyte of hard drive space. They're trying to do something new with the remote and the interface on the guy. The fact that you have a mouse cursor. Look, I I love Sling and the fact that it's the first one built into a receiver. I think, again, if we're harkening back to the words of the Cuban, this is the first step. I mean, Sling is going to be preloaded in so many devices from here on out, and I just think it's going to be the new benchmark for receivers.
Not to mention the Sling app too, which was really
Sling
cool.
app. The fact that now we're going to get it on our iPhones, it's already on the Blackberries. I don't know where it's showing up next, but I guarantee they're developing it for every phone we've seen here.
Everything.
Today.
Yeah. So what about you, Chris?
I'm going to go with the Sony's prototype flexible OLED displays. I mean, Sony was the first ones to make this commercially available. 3 millimeters thick, 1:1 contrast ratio, amazing picture quality, obviously flexible and made from organic materials, thus being the O and OLED. I think we got to improve on the name. OLED and OLED is a tongue stammer. But I got to say, I mean, when you think about the possibilities of this material and what it can do, I mean, there just seems like a myriad of things that this will pop up on and really help us take our content out into the world.
Yeah, it's just that same thing again, like what you're saying, the whole thing about what else can it do?
I mean,
okay, this is great,
we were introduced to OLEDs last year, and we're like, oh my gosh, so by next year, and then now they're like, well, some of them are bigger and some of them are flexible, but a lot of this you still can't buy it. So I really can't wait till that happens.
Dave Matthews,
this is going to be a big surprise for you guys, being the tech guy that I am. But I went old school, I went retro, I went simple, I went with something even my mom could use.
Oh, wow. I thought it was a hooping stick. I'm like, I can see that.
I went with the hula hoop, which we did. It's
for kids.
Yeah, you have the Sanyo R227.
Yeah, the 227. It's a clock radio. It uses Wi-Fi. You don't need a PC or a wired connection. It'll play internet radio, podcasts, and tens of thousands of stations worldwide.
And you can watch the show 227 on it.
I love that show. But the best thing about it is it's just
Great
a simple clock radio even my mom could use. So, Mom, that one's for you.
All right,
This is such a nice boy right
Where did he grow up?
Lame.
Guys, today's CES coverage may be over, but worry not, Technophiles. There's plenty more of this love fest going on. G4's got everything you need to indulge your gadget lust all
I just
week
want to
long.
say, you guys rocked it the last 2 days. Well done. Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, just tearing it up.
And the two of you, not so bad yourselves.
Thank you.
Very well played.
We're very lucky to have two such experts.
No, thank you so much, guys.
We'll continue making out after we say goodbye, you guys. Be sure to watch Attack of the Show every weeknight at 7 as we break down the latest gadgets, gear, and internet pop culture.
Goodbye from Las Vegas, everybody. That was an amazing 2 days. Dave, wait. An internet clock radio? What? Give me something that's more expensive.
I wanted
pick something a little bit.
Wow, I was $120. I just wanted cheap Mom.
Give me pick something.
All right, let's break.
There's a Mercedes and an LCD.
We're gonna break.
What are we yelling?
3, 2, 1.
We're done. We got
I really enjoyed my time.
I don't want this time to end. Why don't we get to the
And coming up right now, don't miss Real Genius.